I saw like a lot of the streamers I watch. They have like the little thing where you have it up for like a minute or two that just has like something and some music.
Oh, that's
so like people can join.
That's what the Zach and Dave Make a Podcast thing is for.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We want If we
just
can have a long intro like that, that would.
We
that
just
would be
give.
awesome.
Well, you're talking to the right guy right there.
Yeah, I mean he did one for NZHL, which is great.
I think you
that
muted
one works
Dave.
Awesome.
I can't hear you.
No. Did he talk or did he just point?
No, I can't hear him.
Oh no, I can't hear him.
Can't hear you, Big Daddy.
All right.
Can't hear you, Big
live.
Daddy.
I think we are live.
Nope. Nope. We'll let you know when we hear you.
For those of you that are tuning in, the one person.
Hello.
There
I
we go.
can hear you now. Yeah.
What's
Intro
up,
starting.
everybody?
Intro starting.
Velarde off his feet, and now Velarde with a 3-on-1. Walker with him. Velarde into the zone. Velarde, they score! Adrian Kempe wins it.
Welcome back, Plugs and Thugs, episode 90.
Oh, it didn't pop off.
God damn it.
Oh,
Fuck.
that's sad.
Big
sad.
Yeah, big sad. Episode 90, guys. We're 10
Holy
away from
crap.
the big century mark.
Episode
honestly,
90.
I didn't think it was going to happen.
You were starting to think it was going to happen because we took a week off?
Yeah, dude, I was getting scared. I didn't know if we'd make it, but I'm glad we're here, boys.
He didn't think we would ever make it to 10 away from 100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
Makes sense.
Blown
we were
away.
just going to jump straight to 100. That's what happens.
Fuck yeah. I don't know how to count, dude. I don't know how to count. You know?
Yeah, so obviously, those of you tuning in, you can see there's only 3 of us this week. Honestly, we haven't heard from Scott, so we're hoping he's okay. We haven't heard from him all day. I think we heard from him yesterday.
Scott, bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Dave, I think your mic is coming from your laptop.
Yeah, maybe. He doesn't sound as
Possibly.
clear. While he figures that out.
Yeah.
Alex is off this week on a little mini sabbatical, right?
Yeah. He Gucci.
He Gucci.
And he recorded last night for Dungeons and Dragons, so he needs to get some more Dungeons and Dragons in him.
Yeah, which is kind of why
it was fun.
Yeah, we took last week off because we had a very, very long Sunday night. We had the NZHL Season 4 draft last Sunday. So after 4.5 hours of recording, we were kind of all tired the next day. So we decided to take a break. But we're here this week. Tanner says that Dave looks so good until he leans back wearing the ugly fucking sweater. But that's coming from a Ducks fan, so life can rip you later.
Check private chat, Dave.
Private chat. But yeah, as always, give us the follows. We have the shit right across the bottom. I think Dave's on the very bottom, so he can go like this. And yep, there it is. Mm-hmm. You can find us there. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and the YouTubes. Also Facebook. That's not on there, but we have it in the in the Neutral Zone Facebook group as well. Dave will be back. But yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. Should be a fun night. It was kind of weird taking a week off during the season, but like I said, it was just a long Sunday. We just couldn't pull it off.
Yes, it was. Well, I could have pulled it off, but Daniel didn't wake up until like 5 p.m. the next day.
Okay.
Dad had to work.
Yeah, I took Monday off. But that's
first swig off of this beer. Let's see how it tastes.
Ooh, yeah. Zach popped the bottle, but you couldn't hear it. We were hoping you guys can hear it on the right when we started.
That is interesting. For any of you wondering what I'm drinking, it's an Aleks Curry.
All right. I'm showing this now just because I talk about it all the time, but we'll get into it after the show. Great notion, baby. Got a hit over at my Michael's Liquor.
That shit be delicious, bruh. Oh, and then also too, couple of plugs as well. You can find me and Dave on the Zach and Dave Make a Podcast podcast show. We haven't recorded in a little bit. We're still trying to find the right next guest.
I think you should have Tanner on.
That'd be fun, huh? talk some politics and Ducks hockey.
Mm-hmm.
We're also trying to figure out a way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. We're trying to figure out a way how to stream naked. So like, bear with us for a little bit on that. Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Oh yeah. Huh. And then you can also catch me and Dave with Aleks on the Dungeons and Dummies, which is fucking so much fun, man. We recorded last night. It was awesome. It was
I'm upset I missed it last night, but I actually spent all weekend painting this room. So I know you guys can't tell because we usually record at night, but it used to be light pink and is now white. So
it used to be light pink?
Yep. We moved in and
color.
Yeah, we moved in and it was a little girl's room, but I mean, we weren't going to paint it right away because I'm just in here, so I don't give a shit. Could be fucking hot pink. I could care less.
I'm hot pink.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely in. Just don't assume my gender.
Wait, Berkey.
Wait a minute.
What?
Well, since we are short-staffed, and Matt said he doesn't want to because of his
fat pussy?
Not taking a nap. Let's go and get her. Let's get her cracking.
Yeah.
Let's get her cracking.
And Dave said he's coming back, or he said he's coming, but I would assume back, not that he just wrote going out real quick, but maybe both.
I'm coming.
Tomorrow technically. Well, still. If you're around and want to join us, please do because we have some awesome topics tonight. We're not going to get into just yet, but we do have some really cool topics.
Berkey is super excited because our OCHL team got eliminated.
Aren't you too?
Man. Doesn't really matter to me. I show up, dude. Jesus.
Fucking Tanner and Matt. And just I want to comment because Tanner referenced it earlier. Let's see. I'll pull it back up here. He said, "Didn't catch a bid. Is my game broke?" Probably, but I was not being forced to play your ass 2 games a week. I'll try to get you as a TC.
Bro, even Thickness got a bid, dude.
Yeah,
what's that say about you? You're multi-dimensional. You can play goalie, play defense.
Can he really play goalie, though?
I mean, in a pinch. If you absolutely need him to, yeah. If you haven't been able to tell, we are killing time right now, waiting for Dave to come back. Trying to think of another plug.
Well,
if you need beer and you're in the Downey area, stuff like this, check out the Trading Post over off of Florence and Lakewood. They have a lot of good beers to choose from. They have beer and more beer. Do a backflip, bitch. So I guess we can wait for this to fill up a little bit more and wait for Dave to get back so we can
our fun people are here, and we're doing only focusing on video now, so it's a little bit easier to kill time. We can just look beautiful on screen, so do some things. Zach, your beard, by the way, is looking nice and full. Did you
thanks, man.
Using that,
no, I did. I didn't use it. I used it this past weekend, but I didn't use it today. It's just that's why I was going like that, just bringing it down because it looks all during the week. Like especially if I have to go on site to clients, like I don't use that shit, dude, because I'm gonna have to put a mask on anyways.
Fucking Miller.
I don't have any pubes, bro. I'm like a naked mole rat down there. Yeah.
Manscaped, come on, bro.
You gotta shave to make it look bigger. Come on, dude.
Is it the man's no, it's the lawnmower 3.0, right?
Yeah.
You gotta have it. If you don't have it,
I sent you a link to your DM.
Yeah, check it.
Check that shit, homie. Miller, why don't you come on and talk Canucks with us, dude?
I mean, we have really cool topics too, so if other people want to offer their opinions, perfectly fine.
It's the new mask.
Fucking Tanner.
Oh, look at this. Look at this small PP energy, dude.
West Coast guy off to bed.
Small PP energy.
Is it off to bed like AUF, off to bed. Is that how you do that?
Off to bed. Ooh. He dunked on your bitch ass, homie.
Need a exclamation point dunk on here.
God damn. Dude, the sexual tension in the air is palpable, bro. Why don't you guys stand up 69 already?
Yeah, I think they need to. Tanner's definitely gonna have to be the one holding. No?
Need Matt to break his back while doing it.
Imagine. There's the Yas.
Oh, look at this guy.
Decided to show up.
Still not brave enough to come on the show and talk Kings with us.
Yeah. What a shame. Hopefully Dave's. Oh, no, there's Brad. Brad made it back before.
Dang.
Before Dave.
Hello.
The Bradinator has joined us.
Ooh, Brad's got
What's up,
fucking
boys?
the logo for his forehead now. Let's go.
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
How you been, buddy? You got anything
I'm-
planned for tomorrow?
No, just ordering dinner. That's pretty much it.
Oh,
Are you
there's
guys
Leo.
are you guys opening anything up yet up there?
Most restaurants are still closed, but they still do takeout. But I mean, like, there's a couple with patios and stuff that are open.
Nothing?
There we go.
There he is. There's Dave.
Hey guys, sorry about that.
Ooh, you sound so crispy.
Sorry about that, boys.
Ooh.
Yeah, why'd
Hey,
you
Jackie, how you
try to
doing?
do it without your mic?
Yeah, I was being lazy. I was being
Oh,
lazy.
okay.
That's why. Did somebody just fart?
No, I didn't yet.
No, I'd tell you if I
I
farted.
do my fucking, I
100%
don't
I
hide my farts. Come on now.
Did you guys see that video I sent you guys on Instagram of the dude farting and he sticks his leg out?
Yeah. That's 100% my favorite video right now, dude.
Mine too, bro. I love
You know,
that.
you
I
know
love that
what
shit
was-
so bad.
yeah, but you know which video is better is the one that Dave sent where he was actually ripping ass in his bed.
Oh, Dave, yeah, dude. In slow mo.
Oh yeah, that was slow mo fart, dude. That was big. That was big Taco Bell energy, dude.
Dude, that's one of my favorite things to do, bro. Just sit on the toilet and
No fart.
like record me farting and then slow it down so it just sounds like
It's
you
just
can hear the
unnecessary
reverberations.
bass.
Back to what we're talking about with COVID, Brad.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Southern California is like
Oh yeah.
blowing through our tiers of like closedness, dude. So like today we entered into the red phase, which means that bars, restaurants, is it bars? No, bars not yet. But restaurants, movie theaters, arenas, and stuff like that can open up to 25% capacity.
Yeah.
Damn! And look at this.
What do you
What
got?
were you gonna say? Sorry.
What are your numbers looking like? Like, how bad is it down there?
Oh, that's a great question. I know for a fact
shit.
that what's up?
Better than the Buffalo Sabres building.
I know for a fact that it's just plummeting, bro. It's like dropping.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
the
Considerably lower.
mayor of LA City, legit during one of his press conferences was like, dude, we're gonna be hitting herd immunity rather quickly.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, damn, let's go.
And they just opened up vaccines too today for 16 to 65 or whatever. If you have
But you still have to be a part of
underlying
it's
conditions.
Yeah, that's right.
That's crazy. Like here, they're talking about like my age group not getting vaccines till probably next year.
Damn.
You don't gotta worry about it that much though.
Nah,
I mean,
man, you're pretty healthy, dude, man. I think
it can kill you.
Yeah, well, I understand that. It's just they're taking it a little too serious, like especially with the hockey side. Like you look at like the Quebec League and the Dub, they're all playing right now, and there's some. The OHL is making an announcement on Wednesday, but it's been ridiculous. It's that one. It's the one sports minister of Ontario.
I don't want to take away. We can finish this conversation, but it just leads me into what the first topic we can get into when we do move on is actually that.
Let's get into it.
It has to do with. I saw an article that was published, I think, yesterday. A couple of the writers collaborated on talking about NHL as a whole. Not, there's been instances with teams. Obviously, Matt's been through it with the Sabres. There's been a couple of outbreaks. The Stars went through it. But as a whole, as the NHL hockey community, they talked about how the NHL has thrived, not just survived during since their pause last season, The reason they're talking about it, they talked about how they had the safety protocols. They had a 4-year extension. They had the safety protocols that they put immediately. They stopped the league because of an NBA positive test. Because obviously the Kings were Kings and Ottawa were supposed to play in LA where that happened, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So they actually did the pause before there was anything going on with the NHL. And then after they did that, they got to a 4-year extension of the NHL and Players Association, CBA. They agreed to something which people thought there was going to be potentially a lockout.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the summer, they announced an agreement providing stability through the 25-26 season. That's the big thing here. There's a couple other things, but I just wanted to get the topic out there on how the NHL, since we were already on COVID, we might as well talk about your guys' thoughts because we just passed the anniversary of the shutdown. So
anybody want to take a lead on that? Or, I mean, I have thoughts.
I would like I know Gary Bettman gets a lot of hate and a lot of flack for how he runs the league, but you got to give him props for this. The bubble, no positive tests. You've had maybe I think 3 teams have shut down for a week. Well, it's been more than that, but it's been pretty limited. Like how many people are on the COVID list right now? Like less than 10.
Yeah,
I think so.
It's getting better, and you look at other leagues like the NFL, which was kind of like a clown show trying to get games going, and like all the circumstances when they should postpone a game, when they should play it. The NHL's done a really good job, so you got to give them credit.
I agree. No, I agree. They've been very consistent. I just want to follow it up on just the game aspect. I'll let Zach probably go next. On the game aspect, I do agree with that because we talked about that at the very beginning about how NFL was kind of like, okay, this team, this week is going to play their game with half their roster missing, and then next week another team's going to get their games postponed. But why? There's no consistency. But the NHL's kind of been like, if there is, a certain amount of players or wherever their contact's been, nope, postpone. We'll put it at the end of the season, or we'll schedule it around. They're not just allowing the games. There's been a couple instances, and I know Matt will get into that, but it's been very, very limited as opposed to the other leagues.
So one of the things that Dave and I talked about this on Zach and Dave Make a Podcast, and I think one of the things that they have done very successful is presentation.
Oh yeah,
100%. When you look at the NBA finals in the bubble, I mean, now not so much with the NHL like regular season, right? But when you look at like the playoffs from last season, when you look at the NBA looked like they were playing in a high school gym. You know what I mean? Versus playing in the bubbles up in Toronto and stuff like that, and they had the huge screens and so
advertisements. I mean, people say what they will about the advertisements, but covering the seats and everything, it just made it look like an actual spectacle.
Yeah, man. And I want to harp on what Brad said about people giving Gary Bettman flack about the league, the way he runs the league. And honestly, man, we have seen so much growth in the league. And we've, expanded teams, all that good stuff. And then we've also seen some of like the best like spectacles that you can possibly have to make the game grow. I mean, one of the points that you cover in here is, dude, during a lockout, we had 2 outdoor games, bro. Or not lockout, but like a shutdown.
Yeah,
we've had 2 outdoor games, bro, that looked absolutely flawless.
They were the best outdoor games.
Oh, those are the best outdoor games.
And the only issue that those outdoor games had nothing to do with COVID.
It was the sun.
Yeah.
It was the sun. It was the fucking sun.
But it was still beautiful, though.
It was so beautiful, man. It's so picturesque.
It was amazing.
That's all I got. Matt, if you want to touch on it.
I mean, they've handled it well for what they can do. I mean, every league kind of has done what the best they can. I mean, you can't really bash one over the other. I mean, they've all made mistakes. I mean, NFL had a couple inconsistencies. NHL's had a few, but they've been quieter. They haven't been as common. I mean, the Sabres got screwed on one because a player played on Saturday against them and then tested positive after the game. The game on Sunday shouldn't have been played.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
that happens.
Screwed them. I mean, they were at the time 4th or 5th, and now they're dead last.
Now they haven't won since what are they 3-20 or something like that, or 3-17?
They haven't won since that whole ordeal. I
Was it
mean,
10 games, 11 games now.
yeah, I mean it's pretty much since they got back.
Yeah.
They've
And now you have Eichel
lost.
out for an extended period of time, right?
It
Yeah,
was like a neck issue, something like that. Or-
yeah. Shoulder, neck. I think they're just gonna shut them down for the season. I mean, it really isn't risk work putting them out there and
Trade
them
asset.
getting.
I agree with what Oswald just said here about Bettman. So look,
Nah, man.
it became almost a spectacle and funny to just shit on him. It's hilarious to get the booze. Like now, I think it would be more of just a tradition.
Yeah.
Yes, we've had a couple lockdowns, and yes, they were his fault, they were under his watch. But at the same time, like you guys mentioned, the growth, the things they've done with the outdoor games, especially this season, how they handled a pandemic and the bubbles and all of that. I think he's got to be due some fucking credit. And I agree with what Oswald's saying. At this point, over this past year, he's done, take those away. I think he's kind of abolished the negatives he's had and kind of been seen as, somebody that's actually growing the game and cares now, because he's taken it a lot more serious than some of the other commissioners and things.
One thing that I want to like touch on with Gary Bettman is I feel like he's taken the NHL out of like a B class professional sport and has made it one of the top rated like leagues. I mean, like the amount of viewership in America and the US has gone up exponentially year after year because more and more and more and more people are getting into hockey. I mean, you're obviously going to have the viewership in Canada because it's like their national sport. That's what they play. But, getting people in Southern California is hard to watch hockey is hard. And year after year,
huge.
Yes, dude. Year after year, the Kings fan base has grown exponentially every year. Same thing with the Ducks. You know what I mean? It's great. I absolutely love it. Can't knock the guy.
Well,
But
yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
they've made it so like hockey so accessible to kids now, where you wouldn't see a league in your city, and now like even if you don't live in a city where there's a league, you could go to a couple miles over, and you're bound to find hockey anywhere really. And I don't know if that's due to Gary Bettman or just the teams, but it's been awesome. I mean, you really can't hate on the man whatsoever. Him and Adam Silver have been knocking it out of the fucking park.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is you could sit there and say like, oh, is it Bettman or is it? But realistically, when it comes to it's the NHL growing it, and he owns or is the responsible party of the NHL right now. So it is. If we're going to give him shit for all the negatives, I mean, he's got to at the same rate, he's got to be given the due he deserves when the league is doing good things. So I agree with exactly what
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
The next time he presents the Stanley Cup in front of fans, do you think he's going to get booed?
Yes.
Or do you think that he's going to get cheered?
Yeah. Like I said, he's going to
never
get booed solely because it's a tradition now. If he does it, it's the same thing where there was a rumor that they were actually going to make a tape for the NHL Stanley Cup. Yeah, a boo track. They thought about doing it. I wish they did it, but it was a rumor.
It would have been
awesome. And he was the one that said, like, it wouldn't feel like a Stanley Cup final if people weren't booing. So at this point, it's kind of a tradition, and you just have to do it.
That's sick as fuck.
I know that you're big tired, Matt, and you only wanted to talk Sabres and then get off. Do you want to? You're good. You're good. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because I had a trade proposal for you.
Another thing that will grow the game.
I mean,
We'll get into that next.
That massive ESPN deal will be huge for the league.
Oh, that's another topic, bro. Let's segue.
Before we get into it, I had one other thing because this really put into perspective kind of like the last year. So there was a note here. It said the NHL has played more than 500 games since the pause. It is on track to finish the regular season in May, award a Stanley Cup in July, and start next season on time in October with the expansion of the Seattle Kraken debuting in a new arena and the New York Islanders opening a new arena as well.
Fucking bravo,
all
bro.
In a fucking year of a pause, with a pause happening, a pandemic.
And a pandemic, bro. Bravo, dude.
So that's huge.
The NHL has really, and I mean, it goes back to what I was saying. I just feel like the NHL has made leaps and bounds over what it was like in the late 90s, early 2000s. You know what I mean? Where you'd find it on KCal TV, and it was the broadcast wasn't the greatest and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just made leaps and bounds. Like I applaud Gary Bettman and I applaud the NHL for the great work that they've done over this past year and bringing some sort of normalcy to a world that wasn't very normal. You know what I mean? Let's be real. It hasn't been normal at all. And I don't know if you guys have had the opportunity to go to a different state where indoor dining is is allowed. But dude, when I went to Vegas in October for
that's right.
Kat and Steve-O's wedding, we went we met up with Lori's sister out there and went to Chili's. And when we went to Chili's, like we went inside and I took my mask off while I was like sitting there. I was like, this is fucking weird, bro. This is so weird. I don't know how I feel about this.
You're feeling anxiety, bro.
Yeah. It's gonna be a change.
We've had open here for like the last couple months. I mean, it really is weird when you go out to eat. Like I go out to eat like once every 2 weeks, if that. And it's definitely weird to take your mask off and just sit there and actually see everyone's faces and stuff. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it would feel like to like fly right now. My wife just did a trip right now. Yeah. And I don't know, man. It just seems like it's a panic attack already for me because I hate flying. And plus that shit, like I would imagine just like vomiting immediately.
Once I get the vaccine though, dude, like I'll feel completely like at ease. Like I'll take my mask off, baby. It's just like taking my pants off, like just all about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like right now, it just feels super weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even just thinking about stuff that you did before the pandemic, like
100%.
trying on clothes in a store, like.
Dude, I went to Target, right? I went to Target and I was buying something from Target or whatever, and I had gotten Starbucks while I was in there. Scary, excuse me.
Good Lord, you throw up?
That's the Al Pastor burrito. The burp's coming. It tastes so good though.
With or without pineapple, dog? Do you fuck with Al Pastor with pineapple or without it?
Hold on.
I don't know.
Did you see the picture that G posted of his?
Oh yeah. The Al Pastor chorizo tacos.
I did. That shit was dank.
That sounds like fire in my belly. Yeah. But anyway, I was at Target and I took my mask off to take a drink of my Starbucks and I smelt Target for like the first time in a while. And I'm like, oh, what is this? Oh my God, this is such a strange feeling. Is that lavender?
Exactly. No, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, no, I definitely applaud the NHL for what they've been able to do. But yeah, no, Berkey brought up a great point. That is one of the huge topics that I'm sure we're going to spend a little bit of time here on.
Yeah.
ESPN signed a 7-year deal with the NHL, rumored to be about $420 million per year.
420.
Way to go.
I don't know, guys. How serious do you think ESPN is taking
I have
this
my
deal?
thoughts, but I want to let people go first because I have some really good thoughts here.
I have I saw something the other day and I was like, kind of, I don't know if I was annoyed by it or like, I don't know if I just come to expect this type of like attitude towards the NHL from ESPN. And it was Stephen A. Smith. And I think he's like the last guy to talk about like MMA and the NHL. Those two things probably shouldn't talk about. But he did like a list of like the 5 things that he knew about hockey. And he starts off hot. He starts off number 5. The puck is black. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be a stupid thing. Like this is going to be dumb because you don't know shit about hockey. And then he goes down this list of like stereotypical hockey things that ESPN would be associated with, like Barry Melrose and like his suits and his mullet and shit like that.
Barry Melrose is a saint.
Yes, he is.
Sure, man, but it's I don't know. It felt like a joke. And that's what they opened up with after they signed that deal. I don't know,
man. It's Stephen A. Smith. I don't give a shit what he says about anything that has to do with hockey. But I will say this: production value. And what I mean about this, right? So the NBC has done a great job of the way that they broadcast games and stuff like that. They've done a great job. And I'm not saying that ESPN is going to broadcast them any differently. But the commercials and stuff look at the commercials from back, what was it, like when was the last time that they had them? Like, what was it, 2010, 2011, somewhere around there, right? Dude, the commercials that ESPN put out with all the NHL stars were fucking hilarious. They're awesome.
Hilarious.
You know, and plus now, you know, back then NHL may have not have gotten its dues from ESPN because it wasn't as big as it is now. But because of how big it is now, I think that they're forced to give it its dues.
I don't know. When you got guys like Max Kellerman saying that it's not like the fourth or fifth or sixth like biggest pro sport out there, I don't know. Like I think all of their people should be on board with it. You know what I mean?
I think you put too much weight into what Max Kellerman says. And Stephen
So
Smith.
you're putting too much weight into the guys that just are there to bash everything. And
but there's like two guys there that I can say like for sure: John Butchergrass, and if he's still at ESPN, and Steve Levy.
Oh yeah, they're all about it.
Yeah, those two dudes are all all about it.
They're gonna bring Barry Melrose back. Let's fucking go, dude.
I mean,
potentially Gary Thorne.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt?
Get him prime away from the Orioles.
Go, Matt, you go because I have a whole fucking thing.
I mean, so let's look at it this way. I mean, what did the NBA do? They signed a deal with fucking ESPN for like a lot of their fucking years. ESPN is like kind of the you start getting going. That's the channel you want to be on. Yep. They will push you over the edge. They're kind of always have been there to push these leagues that are going up. Like the NBA was on a good incline, and then they went to ESPN and they shot up.
Right.
I mean, NFL, you want to be around those sports because they're technically like top 2-3 sports. Baseball too. I mean, all the top sports are there. Why aren't you going to be on that channel too? I mean,
you bring up a fair point, Matt. A very good point because MLB is no longer really on ESPN anymore. They have like their own network. Yeah, they have their own network and stuff. And I would be interested to see if the numbers for MLB have dropped off since they left ESPN. Dude, everybody goes to ESPN for like anything to do with sports. You know what I mean? They go to that. And you're absolutely right. You put hockey into that same breadth of Sunday night football, of primetime like basketball and stuff like that, dude. Like it's just great exposure for the game.
Yeah.
So television ratings for baseball have dropped since they left ESPN. More.
Ooh.
Like even the World Series has dropped, and it's on Fox every year.
My first like soiree into hockey, I remember when I was a kid, we had barely just gotten like cable, right? And I remember one day I stayed home sick, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was flipping through the TV and I landed on ESPN, and they were showing the Colorado Red Wings game from what was that, like 97, 98?
Oh god.
Dude, I remember watching that, dude, and instantly falling in love with it, dude. Like, oh my god, this is the most awesome thing ever. I love hockey.
Yeah.
I remember genuinely being scared. It was Claude Lemieux's hit on Holmstrom.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I think he like hurt him bad. And then everyone started. It was crazy, dude.
And then Dave.
That was on ESPN, dude.
Dave started screaming, "Mama, Mama, is he hurt?
Is he hurt?" All right.
See, I'm an outsider here because I'm Canadian.
Okay.
So like,
you go first.
Oh.
I know. Like it's kind of weird for me because I only really get NBC like and all that, like if it's a national broadcast. But I won't believe, like I know ESPN has the capability to make hockey better. Like they're gonna do a lot for the game, but I kind of want to wait and see. I'm still kind of on the fence of it, just the production, like who they get, like because some of the people at ESPN that write about hockey have no idea what the sport is.
All right.
And I
kind of wait. Yeah, this is a good time for me. This is a good time for me to cut in on this. So my thing to do with this. So I always, me of all people, I am one to make fun of ESPN and their coverage of hockey. I mean, I legitimately, Aleks will. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I didn't mean to like highlight that. I was responding to him.
So. Aleks will vouch for this. I legitimately call him every once in a while, like when he says something that we talked about for multiple, like earlier in the day or the day before. I will call them ESPN because ESPN is always late to the game of hockey. So it's just kind of a joke we do in the Neutral Zone Facebook hockey group. So we make fun of it all the time. But my thing is about ESPN. ESPN is a business. They're run by Disney, who is one of the most successful businesses in the world.
The history of business.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty good.
If the NHL is not signed, if they don't have a deal signed with the NHL, the coverage of the NHL, they're going to do very minimal coverage of the NHL because they don't have
licensing rights.
They have no licensing rights. They're basically saying, hey, go watch these guys on another channel.
They're not going to do that, especially with a competitor.
So if you have money invested, if they're investing $420 million or whatever the final numbers ended up being per year into a league, you're doing it for a reason. You're doing it and you're going to end up covering that league. You're not blowing $420 million to have Max Kellerman on and say, yeah, hockey. They're doing that now because they have no idea. They don't need to cover it. They have no interest. They have no business interest. They have no reason to cover the NHL except for some people watch it and maybe they'll get some additional viewers.
Right.
But at the same time, they really have no need to cover it. And, you know, when you make it a financial investment, you're going to do what it takes to make it be a money maker for you, not a money pit. So they are going to cover it much more. They're not going to allow these people to sit here and spew bullshit over the league, over the play. I mean, yes, you're going to have, a Max Kellerman and a Stephen A. Smith. That's literally what they do. They come on, they make fun of people, they make fun of all the sports.
They talk shit.
It happens. That's what they're there to do. But you're going to have whoever, they're going to get the best of the best to make sure that they get good coverage, knowledgeable people. Right now, the ESPN hockey writers that Brad is referencing, they're there just so they cover another sport. It's like covering, curling for them. It's just they don't care. Okay, hey, let's write about
because they're not supposed to care yet.
They don't have to care. Yeah. But if you invest money in it now, you're going to get the guys. You're going to get some of these people that probably got dumped from some of these other NHL. Who just did it? It wasn't TSN, was it? It was TSN, right? It was TSN dropped all of their radio hosts. You're going to get guys that know what they're doing. They're going to come to ESPN because now they know the game of hockey. They're going to come here. They're going to get paid to cover it, so that way they get money. Yes, the NHL is going to get money. ESPN's going to get money, and they're going to get better coverage. You have to do it if you invest.
For the league,
it's great for the league. It's great for growing it in the U.S. No matter what people said, just like Matt just referenced. Okay, ESPN is going down a little bit. It's just kind of like, they're going along. Oh, Fox is the new guy. Okay, baseball is a America pastime, and their ratings have gone down. It could not just have to do with them leaving ESPN. There's other things that have gone on. But if you have ESPN, more people are watching.
There's ESPN in Canada, right?
Nope. We only have TSN.
No, there's ESPN in other countries, though.
Oh, yeah.
There is in Mexico. There is in South America.
I wouldn't be shocked that in the next 7 years, because of this deal, there's going to be another expansion team awarded for sure. All the money that they're going to be generating, caps are going to go up, and I wouldn't be surprised if they announce another team.
I think caps going up substantially would probably be more likely than an expansion team. I think 30. Were they at 32 with Seattle?
Yeah, 32 with Seattle.
Yeah, man, you want to keep it like that, dude.
Yeah, well, the thing is the other thing, you bring up a good point. I'm glad you actually said this because I did find another article that talked about this. So I guess the NHL, because of some them being not that popular in the United States, some of their payroll taxes and everything like that, they're actually they have to pay some debts before they're actually seeing a positive for the league, like additional payroll. But at the same time, this is going to help. This is going to help them because this isn't the only deal that's going to happen. According to when they signed it, that article talking about it said this is only half of the American deal, the United States deal that they're trying to get as far as rights go. Obviously, it's still maybe have some NBC rights that they have to work out. I know Sportsnet may or may not be around.
Oh, and all the regional channels are switching over to Bally. Bally's broadcast or something like that.
Yeah, there's stuff that they still have to sign. This is only one half of it, and you're getting powerhouse in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, you got TNT, TBS, all those channels too. I mean, there's so many options for them. I mean, you gotta think though, like how many viewers are they going to get that are watching a basketball game and it's going to flip over to a hockey game? That person's going to keep watching because it's going to be interesting.
Yep,
something different for them. I mean,
I like that. I like that point of view.
I mean, Sports Center. You're watching Sports Center and a hockey game comes on.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna keep watching this. This looks dope as fuck.
This shit's fucking awesome.
They just showed highlights from the last hockey games last night. I'm gonna keep watching, see if they score highlight goals.
Oh, dude, we've been missing that, bro. Top 10 goals, like on.
Oh, I know. They used to do that all the time. Top 10 goals of the week.
Yeah, they've gotten away from it because they didn't have any rights to it, so
they have no reason to do it. And you're not going to promote another competitor.
And
all right, you guys have swung me.
Yeah, NHL has to cover it, right? The NHL network.
It's going to turn a competition too.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, where was that? They said something about like 1,000 games now. Hold on, where's it at? Oh, yeah. So more than 1,000 regular season games in the NHL's out-of-market streaming package, formerly NHL TV, will also be available exclusively as part of ESPN Plus subscription, which millions of people have.
I have it. I mean, it's like
lots of people have.
It's only like $15 or $20 a fucking month, and you fucking.
Bro, we don't have to use that one website anymore.
I mean, I'm gonna still use it.
I pay for NHL Live or whatever.
Yeah, so do I.
I still use it because sometimes
I split it with G. I split it with G and Oswald, I think.
You gave me your login one time, and I fucking loved it for a whole season.
My homie gave me,
awesome.
One of my buddies gave me his login. He hasn't changed the password. I don't know if he knows that I'm still logging into it. I just want to touch on this real quick. Why do the Rangers suck? Millsy, it's because number one, they're young, and number two, because you love feet. That's what it is.
Yep. Well, mostly feet.
John covered it in the very next comment.
Because you lick feet. It's because they're young, man. I mean, they got to. They got to take their bumps.
Expected that. I thought they were going to take the jump last season. Didn't happen. I thought they were going to take the jump this season, but they're still young. I agree. Exactly what you're saying.
Very, very young.
And with the realignment, we talked about that being one of the more competitive divisions. It's it's the same reason why the Kings are in a playoffs or competing for a playoff spot.
4 points out.
They're competing for a playoff spot because of realignment this season.
So speaking of money,
okay,
helmet sponsorships have created $100 million in revenue for the league.
Fucking wild, man.
$100 million, dude.
And in the case of the Kings, you can barely notice that thing. It doesn't.
It don't bother me at all.
No,
it's barely noticeable.
No, not at all.
There's a couple teams where it's like it doesn't match, like the colors don't match their helmet whatsoever. Yep. But if they do it right, who cares?
And what's so funny though is that most of the ads that are on the helmet, they correspond to the team's like ownership, right?
It's so all the companies that own the arenas.
Yeah, the arena.
Yeah, exactly. PPG on Pittsburgh, AEG on the Kings and stuff like that.
Well, no, the Kings don't have. The Kings have
AEG.
No, it's a mental health.
Children's Hospital, right? Isn't it?
No, it's. I'll find it right now.
Yeah, but it's one of their major sponsors in the arena.
Los Angeles Hope or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
McDonald's.
It's Cal Hope.
Yeah, California Hope.
Bro, did you guys see that Matt Luff scored during the McFlurry minute and they gave out free McFlurries?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they passed out free McFlurries.
Are we going to talk about the last two Kings games?
What was that?
Happened?
Are we going to talk about the last two Kings
games?
Oh,
we will, yeah. We're going to talk about Kings. We always have a Kings.
We can do it at the end.
Yeah, we have the Kings the King's Corner or King's whatever we call it.
So speaking of the helmet sponsorships and stuff like that, I believe I saw something being floated out there that they might throw advertisements on jerseys. How would you guys feel about that?
As long as they don't do it. So I'm iffy on it. It just depends on the presentation. So for me, I was also one of the very first people that, not very first. I'm one of the people that agreed with putting the advertisements on the helmets. You got to do what you got to do, especially in a pandemic year and all the revenue that they're losing with no fans, no concessions, all of that stuff. You have to do what you have to do. And realistically, even if they had fans and there wasn't a pandemic, I don't see the problem with it because you need to, if you want to grow, add revenue. Okay, so they get that. The jerseys, yes, is a little bit different for me because we've seen some of these other, we've seen soccer.
The Euro
and we've
hockey
seen
leagues.
other hockey leagues.
Yeah,
and it's just
SHL is terrible. SHL
it's just
is fucking
all
gross.
over. If you throw it like the NBA where you got it in the corner, I don't give a shit. Who cares?
That doesn't bother me at all either.
Yeah.
I mean, for the longest, the Kings had that Ace Bailey patch on their that American Ace Bailey patch up in the top right corner of their jerseys for a while.
There.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was a whole year.
Have
Yeah.
Reebok or whatever here. I mean, most of the time you have some kind of a patch on the shoulder for recognizing somebody.
Or over here or something, right?
It doesn't matter. As long as you don't have fucking banners like going through, that I understand. There's no
we're not trying to
reason
get no stock car racer vibes, man.
No.
Just fucking super clean like the NBA. Put fucking Wish on this side
or give me like a McDonald's logo. Give me a McDonald's logo on the shoulder or something. That don't bother me.
Make it easy.
But putting it like underneath the logo, over top the logo, on the back, underneath and above the letters and stuff, like that shit is ridiculous, bro.
I've even seen it in like some like European leagues where they switch out the last name of the player and put like Mercedes-Benz or.
Oh, I've seen that too. Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are we doing here, people?
That's because they don't make any money off of like the game itself. They have to make it off of the off the advertisements. One thing I do want to touch on: Houston will get a team at some point. I wholeheartedly agree with this.
Really,
I believe Houston will get a team, but if Houston gets a team, that they're not going to get a team first. I believe it'll be a Canadian city that'll get a team. Yeah, Quebec City.
Another team that won't make the finals.
Yeah.
I believe Quebec would get a team before Houston does, but I think those are two very good spots to place NHL teams.
They can take the Sabres.
They can take the Sabres.
Relocation.
We'll get to that in the Kings talk, bro, because I do have I want to hear your thought process on something.
All right, cool.
Next topic is very interesting. Because it directly relates to the Buffalo Sabres.
Yes, it does. So the NHL is proposing changes to the draft lottery that would see teams limited to no more than 2 lottery wins in a 5-year period. Teams only allowed to jump 10 spots with a lottery win. A reduction in the number of picks decided by lottery from 2 to 3.
From 3 to 2.
3 to 2. Sorry.
Yeah, so only 1 and 2 can be up for lottery. I agree
that definitely
with
takes away. That definitely takes away the ability to tank. If you really, you know what I mean.
Why did your voice get deeper?
I don't know.
Or it sounds like it's slowed down. That was so weird. That was odd. But the reason why I said it directly pertains to the Buffalo Sabres is because you guys have the first overall pick machine, Taylor Hall, on your guys' team, dude. It's the curse, bro. It's the curse, dude.
I mean, at the end of the day,
the champion.
So, I mean, if we want to get into it, I mean, you can't even call him the curse. I mean, it's the whole Sabres of work at this point. We're getting to the fucking Edmonton level here. I mean,
what the fuck is going on?
No one wants to be in Buffalo, dude.
No, it's not even
your
that.
Your voice is tripping me out right now, dude.
I know.
Right? Doesn't it sound different, or am I tripping?
Say it again, Dave.
Wait, hello.
Dude, it sounds so different. It sounds
you
so
sound like you got like 40 years older. And like,
no shit.
oh my god, it sounds so weird.
I mean, you sound clear. We can hear you perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
no,
Your
it
voice
sounds
changed.
so weird. Unplug
guys
your
are
mic and plug it
scaring
back
me.
in. That was so odd.
I
But yeah,
mean,
what the fuck is going on in Buffalo?
Kruger.
Really?
He doesn't know how to
When
lead the team.
When did Botterill take over as GM?
Before the season, right? Or last
It
season?
was,
Yo.
it was a couple seasons ago. And it's better now.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Way better?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
We're back to normal.
Weird.
That was very fucking weird, dude. It sounded like you're about to go 2 weeks. Sorry.
Oh no.
Next season, but it's been 2 to 3 seasons now. Because I think he's been through one coaching change. What's the
Yeah,
next
Phil
one?
Housley.
Yeah. Yep, Housley.
So I mean, it's really just on the coach. I mean, he got caught 4 times in 1 week lying to fans.
Yeah, he did. He got
Wait,
caught in
what?
4K too.
He
got
said
caught in
that Michael
4K.
got hurt.
Shout out to
in
Millsy. I'll give him that one.
warm up, but Michael got hurt in the game before. And then he tried. I think he said someone wasn't playing because of injury, but he ended up just benching him. The whole Skinner debacle.
Oh,
I mean, it's just he's legitimately every time. If you go look at the Sabres Twitter, everything's Kruger. He's the
Really?
number one issue because I mean, you have lines going out there; they're different every night. You're not going to
yeah,
get
you
anything
can't
done.
build chem. Yeah, you can't build chem.
I mean, you got guys like Skinner on like the third, fourth line who are really good with Eichel. Just throw them up there. Fucking, that's something you should try. Not try
Yeah.
putting a new guy up there that has never played with them. Like it's just not going to
Yeah.
work. I mean, you have Stahl, who's pretty much played with Skinner and multiple other guys. I mean, it's just it's tough. I mean, Darlene has taken steps back, but I think it's the coaching. Kruger came out and ripped him apart one day, pulled him out of a third period. I mean, it's pretty much it's a smaller. I mean, actually, it's pretty much Columbus 2.0 right now.
Yikes.
They're just
Ooh.
destroying their fucking team.
For no reason.
Let's go.
I don't get
they'll
it though, man. Like the talent is there, dude. And you guys have good young talent too.
It just goes to show that like that doesn't get you to the next level, man. It's about culture. It's about doing things a certain way. I mean that I'm saying all the hockey cliches that I could think of right now, but like all that shit is true though, dude.
Dude, your mic did it again. What the fuck is
No
going
shit.
on? This is so good.
I'm honestly to the point. I know you said you had a trade thing going through your mind.
Oh, dude.
Culture change is due. I mean, it's to the point that you've gone through so many coaches with Eichel on the team. You cannot fucking go with the same players to a new coach. You got to just fucking
kinda
move
have
the
to-
thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm saying from the top, like you trade, like the only guys I want back is Reinhardt and Cousins. They're the only ones that give a fuck, and probably
Wow.
Darlene. That's the 3
I
guys
wouldn't
want.
trade Darlene, but I would trade
Eichel, Hall, Skinner, whatever the fuck you can get. I don't care if you get a fucking 7th round pick for Skinner as a cap dump. I don't care at this point.
I don't think any team would do that.
No.
They can get more than a 7th rounder for him, so they wouldn't.
No,
have to do that.
fuck no.
Not
If
that
they
much.
retain-
Oh.
If they
Wait, by the
retain-
way, does my mic sound like shit still?
No, you're good.
All right.
It doesn't
I think it
sound
was,
like
the
shit. It
USB
just deepens your voice.
The
That's all.
USB cord was a little loose here. I think we're straight.
Little loosey goosey.
Yeah. My bad.
Nobody in their right mind is taking fucking Skinner for a 7th round pick, bro.
No.
The Sabres would have to at least throw a first onto that, dude. Like that
Yeah,
cap
I mean,
is atrocious.
If they retain to a team that's
What's
got
the cap
space and
hit?
touching
9 point something.
9,
I thought it was
Straight up
9.
nine.
I think it's 9.
Straight up
It's
nine.
9 even.
it's an even.
So if
$9
the
million
Kings were to hit up
scratch.
if the Kings were to hit up Buffalo and tell them, hey man, we'll give you, I don't know, like Aleks Turcotte, Tobias Bjornfoot, and a 1st round pick for Rasmus Dahlin, would you do it?
No,
Why not? What?
I mean Darlene's the only one you keep because he's still only 2 years into the Sabres org. He's not completely
True.
culture shocked. I mean, you could still save him, but you can't save Risto. You can't save Eichel. You can't save half these guys. Reinhardt's on a contract year, and he's performing. I mean,
I know for a fact the Kings are on the market for a dynamic left-handed defenseman, like someone who's young, who has like term on him and stuff like that.
so I wouldn't even say young. If McCabe didn't get hurt, that would have been like the perfect guy for you.
McCabe's more DFD though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, but that means one of your right-handers can start turning up.
That's true. That's
He
true.
is the number one defensive defenseman by far the Sabres have seen in probably 10 seasons.
Oh man.
Yeah,
He
McCabe is
was-
good. Yeah, but he's Yeah, but if the Kings are looking for dynamic, that's
I mean, at the same
they can
time,
get him from, yeah.
but they could get a dynamic righty then. I mean,
Yeah.
or one of your right-handers can really start flying. I mean, you could also tweak Doughty and shit, put him because he's like him and Risto were great, and Risto's offensive. I mean, Risto's offensive to the point that they have him play in the middle on the power play when Eichel's not there. Like, that's kind of pretty bad if you're getting to that point. Like, because he's not even like massively big like Dustin Byfuglien or something. He's not 6'6", 260. I mean, he's legitimately fucking 6'3", 210 or whatever, 220. I mean, it's not like you don't have forwards like that, like Tage Thompson, who's 6'6", that should be there. But I mean, there's a lot of dynamic left-handers on the Sabres too. I mean, they have a lot of options. They have a lot of young guys. I mean, they have Bryson's one of them, Borgen's one of them. They're gonna have a decor, but they just need to pull the culture up now. I mean, this would be the season to move Eichel with everything, because not as many teams made as much crazy moves in the offseason. And with it being a shortened season, the time's now if you're going to make a push. Like, if he's going to come back this season, that's the guy you want. Because at this point, with only 50 games, they're not developing anything. They might as well blow it up. It's definitely tough. I mean, being a Sabres fan for so long, I mean, we've kind of gotten used to it. But at the same time, this was supposed to be our season to fucking hit the fucking third or fourth spot in division.
I agree. I had you guys picked for the playoffs. That's not looking good. That's looking about as bad as a take as Zach got ripped for earlier by Billions.
I mean, if like especially with the young guys, with all the minor leagues having all these issues and not getting seasons or
I know. There's lots of factors.
This is the season to flip your picks.
Yep.
And make a push.
Especially with the weaker draft coming up this year.
I mean, like, if
someone... It's more defensive draft, isn't it? It's a very, very defensive
course. Not a lot of high-end skill, offensive skill.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I've heard it's a very, deep defensive draft. Like, there's a lot of good fucking defensemen that are going to come out of it. Yeah, but isn't Spencer, or what's his name? The consensus number one overall. What's his name? Oh. You sent us a highlight reel, Dave.
Spencer Wright
Shane
or something
Wright.
like that?
Shane Wright, right?
Shane Wright?
No, that's next year. That'll be the following season.
Really?
Yeah, he's in 04.
Oh,
I'm actually buddies with him.
He's a fucking beast.
Are you really?
What? Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, I worked for the France, so I've been close with him.
Bring him on the show!
Bring him on!
Went to school with him last year. Always went to lunch every day together.
Be a real one. Get him on the show. We had an awesome guy on the show, but he was not a projected number one pick.
I can ask him.
Work your magic, bro.
Yeah, if you can work your magic,
tell him that it's going to be a
maybe
super fun.
He needs to be doing some work over here.
Yeah, dude. Tell him it'll be super fun, not anything crazy formal or anything like that.
Yeah,
he's
not going to get interviewed.
Shy. I don't know.
He's going to hang out.
He's very shy. He's very down to earth. I don't know if he would. I could ask one of my buddies that I play PlayStation with, though. He plays for France.
It's worth an ask. I mean, it would be kind of cool. Just tell him he wouldn't be forced to do.
Yeah, we're not going to grill him or anything.
Yeah, we're not going to grill him. We're not ESPN or NHL. We're not going to ask him what he had for breakfast or
We just want to hang out.
Just chill.
Yeah.
I just want to be a friend.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Tell me he can
Look at this.
fat ass Bob Ross. Thanks, bruh.
What a dick.
What an
Kind of.
asshole, dude.
Well, it's funny, but also, I mean, you do wear the Bob Ross fucking.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Touching back on our original topic about the NHL proposing changes to the draft lottery, I absolutely fucking love this, man, because
Love it.
Yeah.
you don't end up with teams like fucking Edmonton
It's
drafting a
the
bunch
same
of
thing the NBA did. They made changes last year or 2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah. It was
trying
when we
to
got the
prevent, because
second.
there were too many teams that were just absolutely like blatantly tanking.
Or look at the Abs. They had the highest odds 2 years, 2 times in 3 years, and they got fourth both times. I mean, they did get Cale Makar and Bowen Byram, so I'm not complaining, but you never know.
I don't think anyone's mad at that.
Hey,
Bye, Matt.
are you 2 hours ahead of us? What time is it right there for you?
It's 12:50.
Oh, man!
what?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Hold on. For Brad's birthday, he is trying to go play some Xbox with his friends.
Some 2K.
But he's waiting to talk Kings Avs, so we can get into Kings Avs games over the last couple days, so he can go, and then we can get back into the rest of this. Good for you guys. All right, cool. So obviously, interesting. So I know game one, Cal Peterson ended up traveling after we thought we were going to get a combination of a guy that made his first start in 7 years. Goose and Vilalta. Is it Vialta or Vilalta?
Vialta.
Okay,
He's from my hometown too.
I wasn't sure if it was 2 L's or 1. Okay, so Vialta. We thought that was going to be our combo going into Colorado. Cal Peterson was cleared. Ended up playing the first game, made 44 saves.
Yeah.
But the Kings were shut out.
Yep.
So that was not a good time.
Can't get anything started, man.
The Avs have been crazy with their offense right now. They just can't finish. I forget what the actual numbers were, but I think it was the two Arizona games and the first LA game. They outshot their opponents 140-46.
Good Lord.
3 games.
Fuck.
And they haven't allowed 30 shots or more in the past 15 games.
Jesus.
But they faced a fucking absolute brick wall in fucking Cal Peterson.
Yeah, for real.
Both games, bro. Like
Yeah.
he stood on his goddamn head.
It's what I keep telling you that Colorado's defense is better than their offense. And you look at the games, they were running Dan Renouf and Jacob McDonald, who are AHL lifers, and they still are allowing less.
It's not that their defense is good, man. It's the system, bro. The system
If
just
you have a good system, yeah.
works so well that you guys constantly have the fucking puck. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the new age of defensive in the game.
It's the same thing like the Kings and their goalie system. You come to the Kings, just expect that whatever goalie you throw in there is just going to be unreal.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. But, like the things that I noticed when I was watching the game is that, dude, like the puck, essentially you guys were throwing the puck to areas where the only time that you guys turned the puck over is when defensemen or whoever would just churn and pass it to an area where like the forward is supposed to be in
trying
the
to
system.
be too fancy.
Well, no. It's just where the forward is supposed to be in the system because I'm assuming that's how it works, right? Like your guys' system is that as soon as the puck hits
it to this area and
exactly
The center will swing high and be up in the top of the zone. That's McKinnon's play, and they've started to run that a lot this year. You'll see that.
So exiting the zone, you guys are just the defensemen don't ever have it on their stick, bro. Like it's literally on their stick and off. There's nothing that teams. I mean, there is things that teams can do to do that. I just don't think the Kings have the forwards to be able to do that. Like I bet you. I mean, Colorado has a hard time with Vegas because they have quick checking forwards, like the big guys that are going to knock the defenseman off the puck. Well, I mean.
They're right. They're the 2 top teams in the West.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, 100%.
It's not like you guys are fucking smoking Vegas, right? Like
we're 2-2. I'll take it.
Yeah, you guys are split, but it's because
your problems rest in that, though, is that those forwards are
Bigger,
they're
heavier.
bigger, heavier. They're good on the forecheck, and they make your defensemen have to make quicker decisions. Oftentimes,
Resulting in
50%.
turnovers.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's how you beat Colorado. You make them play your game. If you let Colorado play their game, let them outskate you, outpass you, you're done. No team in the NHL can hang with Colorado when they are playing their game.
Right. I think that's fair.
To an extent, I think Toronto probably could and Tampa probably could, but that's
I'm not sold on Toronto.
I'm not either. But it's just their system is
Tampa,
fast
yes,
too.
I'm sold on Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa's proved it.
Yeah,
It's just that Toronto's system is fast. They have a lot of skilled guys too. So that, to me, that would be a really good matchup. And the reason being is whoever gets a hold of the puck, they're not going to fucking let it go. You know what I mean? It's just going to be a knockout drag out, But
Toronto's a couple injuries away from being like
shit
in some serious trouble.
Just
Yeah,
real
I'm saying.
quick, while we're on Toronto, just real quick, did you guys happen to see the goal that Austin Matthews scored to win?
No.
against Winnipeg.
Berkey, did you see it when he went backhand and it looked like he was going to be way too late to come back forehand, and he just I don't know how he did it, but he went like back forehand and flipped it over the shoulder.
For all of you watching right now and who will be watching later, I'm going to look this up. So who was it against?
Winnipeg.
It was Austin. Yeah, it was against.
Yeah, it was against Winnipeg. Yeah, I saw that.
That was one of the most
happened in a blink of an eye.
goals I had ever seen, because he was getting towards the goal line. He was almost too low behind the net, and he was backhand. And I don't know how he did it, but he was on the wrong side as far as, an NHL. He wasn't facing the goalie. He was backhand on the right side, and he shoots left-handed. So he had to flip it back over, and before he got below the goal line, he flipped it over the goalie's shoulder. Short side.
Hold on. I'm going to watch right now. It's just I'm waiting for this damn...
It was unreal. Like, I saw fucking Twitter blowing up, and I saw it. I was just in awe, and I watched it like 5 times.
It was one of those things. It happened in a blink of an eye.
Yes.
It really that move to the forehand.
Oh my
really
god!
Fast. Yeah,
dude, he roofed that from the backhand.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
Did you see
he went back to the other side.
No, he went back to the forehand on that.
He went back to the forehand. It's so quick.
Send the link. Send the link in the private chat. We'll look at it.
He hits it with the toe.
No.
Yes.
He did that all backhand.
I'm telling you, watch it.
Chupapi, look at it slow motion.
He goes
it's in
back
fucking
to the forehand.
Hold on.
Flips it over. He lifts it. I'm telling you.
No, that's all backhand. Oh, here we go. Slow down.
I'm telling you.
No, that's backhand.
It is backhand. Wait, let me see.
Is it?
It was 4-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, dude, that's all backhand. He just fucking... Did you see his stick? How his stick went down close to the ground?
Yeah, but he lifts it.
Yeah, he went underneath the puck to lift it.
I don't even know if that's forward or backhand then at that point, because it looked like he flipped his wrist over to grab the puck and put it on.
Oh no, that was all backhand, bro. That's all backhand.
Dude,
that's
fucking disgusting.
Yeah, dude,
that was almost
dirty.
below the goal line. It was. Yeah. It looked like he was not going to be able to get that shot on net.
It was insane.
All he had to do was roof
that's
it.
Pretty
I mean,
insane.
I'm not trying to take anything away from what he did, because that's a spectacular goal. But the goalie was already down.
Yeah,
so all he had to do was roof it.
He had to roof it. But the impressive part was he was almost below the goal line, and he was still able to roof that over and get it in the short side.
Yeah, that guy's just absolutely fucking dirty, dude. That
guy's
he's
still on the same pace. I think he's on pace for 53 goals and
it's 66 games.
Oh, it's 66.
It's 66 over an 82 game span.
Oh yeah. No, he's on pace for 53, I think, in the shortened 56 game season, right?
Yeah.
58, yeah.
Around there.
He's almost had a goal a game.
I'm watching that goal again.
Hey, I guess Zach, we were right, yeah.
Yeah.
Him playing in the North is I'm taking everything.
We called him as our Rocket Richard, so hopefully, knock on wood, he stays healthy, because
my God.
How much of that is just the shitty goaltending he's facing every night?
Yeah. Oh, it contributes. It contributes 100%.
But he scores that goal on everybody.
Once he faces a good team outside of the North Division, they're fucked.
Just wait till they make it to round 3 and they have to play a team that knows how to play defense. They're fucked.
There's 4 rounds. There's 4 rounds, right? There's gonna be 4 rounds.
So it'll be the first 2 rounds are against your own division, and then they reseed after that. So they'll play 2 Canadian teams,
Yep.
and then whoever they
And
play.
then it's the top. Then they reseed
Yeah.
1 through 4.
That'll be like conference finals. Will be
Yeah,
that next
quote
one,
unquote
and then,
conference finals. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Stanley Cup finals. Oh,
So
yeah,
Matthew,
they're gonna get blown out in that fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
so Matthews has 21 goals.
Imagine they get Boston, or not even Boston, but imagine they get like fucking Tampa Bay. They're fucked. They're
Oh, yeah.
fucked.
What are they going to do to Tampa? Nothing.
No.
All right. So I was talking with Billiams earlier, and I will eat crow now.
Pro and when he comes on, whenever that is.
I will. But I was absolutely wrong about the Tampa Bay Lightning. I thought that they weren't going to be as good without Kucherov, and I was wrong, man.
They're pretty damn good, huh?
Yeah, they're fucking... It's the system. But Berkey, I know that you want to go play chill with your homies and stuff like that, dude. So
2K.
if you 2K, if you want to take off, man, thank you so much for
All
coming
right.
on.
Well,
Appreciate you
thank you
coming
for
on.
having me.
Of course.
Happy
Always
birthday,
welcome.
Happy
bear.
birthday,
Happy
homeboy.
birthday.
Where's your beer?
Yeah, you're 19 now. What the hell?
I'll have it tomorrow.
All right. All right.
this
Next show.
Yeah, next show. I'll have some Pink Whitney with me.
There
Oh,
we
yeah.
go.
All right.
Oh.
Let's go.
Are you gonna have your purse with you too? All righty, buddy.
A clutch, not a purse. Oh.
It's a clutch, not a purse.
So speaking of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and this is awesome, and we kind of
Yes.
touched on this a little bit earlier when we were talking about COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay got to raise their banner in front of their fans, bro, and in front of some fans in attendance.
I think it was 3,000.
That's awesome.
Were a majority of them first responders? No,
It's
it's
just-
fans.
Yeah.
Fans, dude.
Wow.
3,000.
Which leads me to this.
Mm-hmm.
Aleks Faust of Kings fame, the play-by-play announcer for the Kings,
Yes.
legit said in one of the last 2 broadcasts that the Kings,
You heard it too.
before the end of the season, will have fans in the stands.
Yep. I mean, it's at some capacity, right? Like 2,000 fans, 2,500
It'll be-
fans.
yeah,
I mean,
it'll be
that's if you're a Florida
it's gonna be
Panthers
limited to
fan,
25%.
if you're a Florida Panthers fan, I mean, you're pretty much set. That's you were
Speaking
going to
to
go to that
you,
game anyway.
Speaking to you, Gent,
Yeah, G.
No offense, but
3,000 fans is your guys' actual fan total.
hey, man, fuck it.
I mean, good for them.
Yeah, man.
Florida diehards. But I was watching that Rangers Philly game tonight, and I heard people in the crowd, right? Like I heard like saying something or whatever, and I went,
Shoot!
what the fuck? And then like
So weird, huh?
it peeled back, and I saw actual people, and I was like, holy shit, New York has people in the stands now. Dude, it just feels so good, dude.
We're almost
reeling,
there,
yeah,
puppy.
it's reeling in. No, I mean it's not shocking now because, the fact is you have California, who you mentioned at the very beginning of the podcast. They're going down in tiers.
Yes.
I mean, you already have. I mean, even the Dodgers. I understand it's a little bit different because it's outdoors. It's
Yes.
baseball, but Dodgers and Angels are expecting to have 20%.
Yeah, so that turns out to be like 11,000
I
fans.
think it's like
or something
11,000 fans for the Dodgers and 9,000 for the Angels because it's a smaller park.
Yeah.
On opening night, April 1st, because April's when everything is apparently opening up.
I was watching the news today, and they were talking, and this is California talk only. I'm sorry I'm not speaking about anybody else, but they were talking about how by April, all of Southern California should be in the orange tier.
Wow.
Bro,
What
I'm
percentage
telling you,
does that put
that's
us
good.
at?
bro, I'm telling you, the mayor said a couple weeks ago, dude, that like by April, May, LA County itself should have herd immunity because of how many people have gotten COVID here
yeah.
Or
And-
the vaccine.
or the vaccine.
Or both. I mean,
Or both.
my buddy that literally I can throw a rock and hit his. Actually, you probably see his light.
Yeah.
He did both. He actually got COVID at the end of the year, and he works at the correctional facility, so he is fully vaccinated. So, I mean, it's coming out, and obviously today here in LA County, I don't know if it was LA County or all of California, they just opened up the vaccine for additional parties. I think it's 16 to 65 if you have underlying conditions or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think that may or may not get exploited because technically they can't ask you what your underlying condition is because of HIPAA and other related things, but we'll see. I mean, it'll be good regardless. I mean, at the same point, it's like, it's one of those things, unless you're stealing from somebody, it's one of those things that's like, okay, you lied, but you didn't steal it from somebody, so I don't care.
Most of the old folks have gotten the fucking vaccine
Yeah,
already. So,
exactly.
I mean, we Gucci on that.
Yeah, we Gucci fam.
So it'll be interesting, and I agree. I think that there's a possibility that maybe, you know, the last, what if it's April, even if it's midway through April, you get a couple of, what's that, a full month of Kings hockey at Staples.
Oh, it's nice.
I mean, it's still something.
I'm not going to drop a couple G's to go to a fucking game.
No, me neither. Because that's the thing, is we're probably going to run into that issue, because if you limit it to that, it's going to be either season ticket holders or corporate folks are going to buy those tickets up. So I'm not going to go and drop some ridiculous amount of money to go, watch on TV.
I may be in the minority here, but I actually prefer to watch hockey on TV.
You talked it before, yeah.
I prefer to watch on TV. I feel like I see things a lot better.
I see it better, but I mean, I don't know if there's a preference. For me, it's just two different experiences. I don't mind watching. Like, I don't absolutely have to be.
Plus, that has to do.
Hockey isn't a sport that you have to be there in stadium to get the enjoyment, because it's just always constant. You know, there's something going on. I know a lot of people only like baseball when they're at the stadium. Hockey is a little bit different, but at the same time, I enjoy, like, I prefer if I can go sit at Staples and watch Kings hockey, and go to Yard House beforehand and
get all schmammered.
Get my happy hour beers. All is right in the world.
Make fun of people for their jerseys.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm down to go. Obviously, I'll go anytime anybody ever tells me let's go to a fucking hockey game. I was telling Oswald, dude, it'd be fucking awesome if he can come out here and we do once everything dies out, you know, we can do a back to back with him. Because I know that the Kings do have that with Vegas, where they'll do a home and home, where they'll play one here and they'll play one. Awesome. That would be dope, dude.
That would be really fun.
Especially if we can spend like a night or two in Vegas and actually have fun in Vegas. That'd be dope.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, it's like it's crazy to think of, like, a year ago. I know we already talked about it on the draft show, but you know, we started the league a year ago, and we've met so many people, and we've actually, like, it's not that we just met people, but we've actually became like really good friends with some of these guys. So,
I mean, Oswald's not my friend. I fucking hate Oswald, but I'm gonna do it just because.
What happened?
I was just saying how much I hate Oswald.
How much he hates Oswald.
Why do you hate Oswald?
We're just talking shit.
He's an asshole.
Fuck yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Sometimes.
But, I mean, that's the thing. It's just like, it's crazy. It's like, once all this dies down, it's like you'd be going to, like, I can see us going to, like, weird fucking places. Like, I never thought I would go to, like, Ohio.
Oh yeah.
And I could fucking end up going to Ohio.
I hope that
viral.
Dude, I hope that we can go, bro, because I'm down. I'm totally down. That should be dope.
Wait,
that should be mad dope.
So you guys trying to meet up in Ohio?
Papa Penn's is having his 10-year anniversary with his wife. Like, they're having a huge party. So Baby Penn's invited me and Furry, or Daniel, to go out there for the party.
Oh,
and
how cute.
Viral's gonna go. Chubb's gonna go.
Chubb's going. Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
So I told Furry, like, dude, if you can make it, like, if you can go, I'll make let's do this.
Yeah, but we'll have to see how it goes, because I know I'm not going anywhere before a vaccine, or we're in, like, what's the lowest, yellow tier?
We're in tier 1C for vaccines, because we're IT workers. IT workers are in 1C.
Mm.
But honestly, though, dude, like, pretty soon the vaccine's just going to be open for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Relatively soon.
I mean, even if it doesn't happen then, like, I could still, like I said, I just never thought I would end up saying, like, oh, I want to go to Ohio.
Yeah,
Hey,
viral.
I want to
Viral
go
told
hang
me.
Not
out
to
with
get, like,
Ohio.
too crazy,
I want to
but,
go
like-
hang out with Viral in Ohio. Like,
Which do you guys have a preference? Which vaccine?
I'd prefer to do
Moderna.
Johnson and Johnson.
Yep.
yeah, one shot.
You get one shot.
Get that shit over with.
I mean, as long because Johnson and Johnson, fuck, we're completely deviating away from
hockey.
hockey talk. But Johnson and Johnson, it's even though it's a 66% success rate,
Right.
it's 100% at keeping you out of the hospital, and that's all I care about. If I get like a flu sick or if I get like a cold sick, I'm fine. I'll be okay. But I just want it to keep me out of the hospital.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think I'm gonna end up doing. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be whatever they say I'm gonna take. But if I had a choice, it'd probably be the one where you have to get 2 doses. So
Moderna.
yeah,
But why?
or Pfizer. I don't know.
Pfizer, yeah.
That 90, the upper 90 percentile of effectiveness, I think is what it is, or I don't know what
Efficacy.
efficacy. Excuse me. That's a nice number. I think the big number is very comforting to me. But
To me,
that could
the
be
most
sick.
comforting is that
it's to stay out of the hospital.
100% you're not going to be in the hospital. I'm totally down with that, dude.
Yeah, as am I.
Sign me up for that one shot, get a little bit of symptoms, and then fucking, keep me out of the hospital and daddy is Gucci, dude. I'll be cool on that.
Mhm.
You know, it's so crazy. Like, this is gonna sound stupid, but like, I think the thing that like I would be most upset about having COVID is if I got the loss of taste and smell.
Oh yeah, that'd be trash. That'd
I'd be
absolute
fucking
trash.
upset, dude. The whole fucking time.
Dude, and some of those people are missing like their senses for like months.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck
I
that.
did-
I like to drink coffee. I like to eat and drink beer. Like, fuck that, dude. I would be devastated. I think, for
Speaking
lack
of
a better term.
Speaking of devastated, thoughts on the Anaheim GM saying Eakin's job is not in jeopardy?
That's what you got to say in the middle of the season, and you don't have intentions, and you haven't found a replacement. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, but they
I agree.
could always fire him and have an interim coach like the Kings did with Willie Desjardins. Honestly, man, I think it's time for a GM change.
Did you
in
just
Anaheim.
say Willie D?
Yep, I did.
D.
Willie D.
I get like PTSD. I see him, and like I just think of all the things
Just
that
on
irritates
the
me
bench,
about him.
on the bench like this.
So
No, and then like the way he would sip water was even like pathetic. Like it was just like like with his stupid no lips and shit. Oh my god.
Oh, like
bro.
this, like this.
my God.
Yeah,
Who
dude.
was that? Who's that?
That's
We're not
fun.
getting political. Honestly, I think it's time for a new GM in Anaheim, dude.
I think so.
I hate. And I would be pissed if I was a Ducks fan about this. I wish that. Oh, Tanner is watching. Very cool.
He said, "Yikes."
I hate that Bob Murray has put an internal cap on them, dude. That they won't spend past a certain dollar amount.
That's
And it's
silly.
So stupid. This comes down to the same thing. It's like I know I haven't heard Anaheim fans complaining
Tanner, come
about
on
it.
and talk about this with us.
Yeah,
You can
don't
do
be
it
a
You
for
bitch.
guys know what
Get
that
on
is,
here.
though, right? Like when you're given
Bargain
like
Bob Murray. Yeah, come on, don't be a bitch. Anyway,
Bob
like,
Murray's that way because ownership is telling him that this is the fucking hard cap. Like I
Yeah,
don't know
but-
if this is seriously coming just from him.
But the thing is, no, hold on. Before I get into it, this is an NHL podcast, not a Kings podcast, so we talk about everything.
Yeah, I love hockey, man.
Yeah,
I
we
love hockey.
And if I'm not
So-
watching a Kings game, I'm watching a Ducks game because I love to watch hockey.
And I like to talk shit too. So
Yeah, also that. But anyways, like what I was gonna say about, it's like it's really weird. I haven't heard any like Ducks fan talk about this or other fans say anything about the Ducks as an organization. But the problem is you look at this and it happens in other leagues. And perfect example, one of Billiam's other teams is the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't understand. It's like you sit here and you trade away your talent. You know, when they get to a certain, the Ducks haven't been as bad, but realistically, you get guys, you have a great system, you turn out talent, and then as soon as they hit their, I'm a great player, I'm a great pitcher, I'm a great this, I'm a great that. boom, trade it for fucking picks or prospects
And do it again.
and do it again. It's like, I understand, that might be your culture, but at the same time, don't sit here and come at the teams if you're that type of organization because you're, I guess, quote unquote, cheap. Don't come at other organizations because they actually spend money when they want to compete and sit there and say, oh, well, they just buy their championships. They just do this. They just do that. And that's the thing where it's a fine line for me. It's like, yes, there are teams that do that. And most of the time it doesn't work.
Damn.
Oh, look who
The
it is.
Marlin-
He has BDE.
The Marlin. Oh, yes.
He's got the BDE.
I don't know how to get I wish I had my fucking laptop.
That's all right.
You gotta open it
Take
so
it
that
for a
laptop
tour.
has a lid, and then you get the lid, and then you like.
Is
Look
that-
at, he's got his sports bra on.
I was about to ask him, you got a bra on, homie?
It is, bro. It's my wife beater. I'm Mexican.
I'm Mexican.
Mexican.
Dude,
So-
I can see. Is that your nipple coming up the top of your thing? No, it's not. Never mind.
No.
It's my
His
third
nipple's not
nipple.
that high.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you got the plate nipples.
So tell us about bargain Bob Murray, dude.
Let's hear this. I want to hear it.
I don't know, man. I can't stand the dude. like it's always like it's one thing after another. Like he's always looking for the next contract dump that he can absorb for absolutely nothing. That's it's kind of what it feels like the whole David Backus thing. Kind of like Nick Delorier's situation. I just can't stand it, dude. I don't know. I think the Ducks have a great young roster and up and comers, but I don't know, dude. I'm even surprised that Zegras even got his 7th game this year. I really thought he was going to hold out and not give it to him to start the contract. The 1 year.
Oh, burn a year off his ELC. I mean, I'm actually quite surprised that they did that, and the reason being is they know they're going to be trash this year. Why not let them get some experience inside of like the AHL? You know what I
It's a
mean?
bargain
And
dump.
success, too.
They're going to let him earn money, and then they're going to let him go.
Yeah, and it's really not even like essentially just the fact that they burned his first year off his entry level. They burned his first year, give him 10 or 11 games. I think he has like 3 points on the year. But they've got him on the third line, and then you taxi squad him the last 2 games against San Jose. Like, what's
against
the
a
point?
team where he can actually get points.
Yeah, exactly. A shit defense. I mean, Dubnyk plays out of his mind when he plays us, but other than that, I mean, give the kid a shot.
Now, what do you think the Ducks need to do? Are you drinking a tall can of Corona?
Coors Light, buddy. It's a little boy.
Yeah,
little boy. The mountains are blue. That's good.
There.
beautiful, dude.
Salud, dude.
Salud, hermano.
Well, I'm into it.
Damn, dude, Daniel's over there chugging.
I'm trying to get fucked up.
What do the Ducks need to do to right the ship? Do you think,
For the season itself?
or just in general, like right the
Season's
organization?
lost.
Yeah, the season's completely gone.
Yeah,
Riding the
100%.
ship, I think there's word in the grapevine that Terry wants out, Troy Terry.
Ooh, shit.
Already?
I'd let him go for God, dude, I don't know. I don't know if he's worth a first.
Got me signing on Twitter right
he's
now.
good, man. He's a hell of a playmaker, but I don't know.
He hasn't done anything so far.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
But I mean, look who he plays with. You know what I mean? Who's the best line he's played with? Getzlaf in his center and Raquel on his wing. You know what I mean? I mean, besides Getzlaf, who's taken a massive fall off.
Dude, I remember I was talking with another one of my Ducks buddies like 2 or 3 years ago, dude, and I said, you guys need to look at moving Perry and moving Getzlaf now because you guys aren't going to be competing for a cup. And they looked at me like I was shocked. Or they looked at me shocked like I was fucking stupid. You know what I mean? But, bro, that team fell off so hard.
So
Weird,
it was a year. I mean, from 2017, we're in the Western Conference Finals, and then 2018, 19, 20, you're garbage. It was quick. What I honestly think they need to do, I think they need to find some way to dump Getzlaf. He has 2 or 3 years left at like $16 million a year, dude, or $13 million a year. It's something.
No,
ridiculous.
he's not 13 mil. No.
I think the
not that
total
high.
is 13 million.
Yeah,
Okay.
The total is probably 13 mil.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's somewhere stupid around like 7.
Yeah, he might be.
Another
yeah.
2 years on the contract.
Yeah.
I think Fowler needs to go.
Ooh, I mean that could fetch you a piece. Yeah.
I'm really upset that instead of protecting Theodore, we protect Manson in the entry draft, or in the in Vegas is coming out
Expansion
party.
draft,
Yeah.
Yeah, exposing Shea Theodore was the stupidest thing
That
I
was
think.
horrible.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And Vegas is doing exactly what Anaheim should have done and build around him.
Fucking terrible.
I think Fowler should be exposed. I think they got to find a way to work Getzlov's. If Terry wants out, get something decent in return. I'd trade Raquel. There was like a kind of scenario kind of thing. Wasn't anything like in stone or really a valid source, but Raquel to Toronto for like 2 firsts or something like that, or a first and a second.
Not to cut you off, but
I'd be okay too.
Not to cut you off, but the Getzlov contract, if I'm looking at this correctly, 8.25, and this is the last year, and he's a UFA next year.
Oh, then you write that out.
Then we're out.
Yeah. You write that out, then you're done.
8.2, man, Jesus.
But
that's
you guys
for Getzlov.
You guys do legit need to figure out a way to accrue some draft picks, because the thing that the Ducks haven't been doing that the Kings have been doing is shipping off older players for draft picks. The Ducks haven't been fucking doing that.
No. They've been getting what they can in the draft, and that's the thing, is we've talked about it. They have young talent, they have guys, but they haven't really mixed it in perfectly, and they haven't shipped out the old talent for the new and trying to rebuild the whole pool. It's almost like they're rebuilding just the high-end prospects to throw right into the lineup.
Right. You know who your biggest trade piece is?
Who?
John Gibson. Yep.
Gibson. Daniel
100%. 100%.
We had a kind of brief conversation. Not really conversation. He said something about it, but can you imagine? I mean, the dude, when he got pulled, when he gave up 5 against San Jose, the way that he walked. Oh no, it was you, Zach. I think we were playing a pub or something, but the way that he walked off the ice, it just said everything in the world to me.
Yeah,
like
you had mentioned that. You had mentioned that in chat the other day.
So the real question is, are we going to play pub after this?
Deal.
But real shit though, you're right
dude.
though. He's at a favorable number at 6.4 for the for the next foreseeable future, and he's only 27.
Who he would love to go to that kind of needs
Who?
dude.
Who?
Pittsburgh.
He's a Pittsburgh boy, dude. I mean, he's got Pittsburgh
He's from Pittsburgh.
sprayed on his helmet.
He's from Pittsburgh. Yep.
Yeah.
I could see.
What do you give for him though, Gensel?
No, but the thing is, though, dude, is I think the Penguins are at the same spot you guys are at, dude. Where
they need to replenish bad. We talked about this. They need to get rid of. You've got to trade. We talked about trading
Crosby.
Malkin. No, we talked about Malkin, and then obviously the last couple of weeks we talked about Crosby because it was a reality where Crosby has actually said if he's not playing in Pittsburgh, the only other place he'd go is Colorado, and they have the pieces now to do it. But Malkin, it's the same thing. He's going to fetch a nice haul. They need to rebuild something. They have nothing coming up. They have no defensive core. They have one guy that has 1 year experience that just signed a 6-year deal, I believe.
Jeez.
Marino.
Just walking around, bro.
Marino?
Just
I know.
walking around your house, dude. I love it.
Picking up trash.
Get it, girl.
But besides, I mean, Fowler could probably fetch you guys like a third or a second.
And yeah, you're gonna invest.
Yeah, Fowler for sure.
Yeah. The only other trade piece that I see you guys have is fucking John Gibson. That's the only thing you guys fucking have.
Yeah. He's had a really nice contract, man. That's nice for the next 5 or 6 years, I think.
But he doesn't want to stay in Anaheim.
I don't think. I don't blame him.
He doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild, man. I mean, he's 26 in his prime, can be an elite, probably top 3 goalie healthy with the right team.
If he stays healthy, that's been his problem.
But you see how soft Anaheim is becoming, because in years past the Pacific was, you didn't want to go play the California teams, Now I feel like they've gotten so much smaller, especially on the back end, and so many young guys like Josh Mahura, and I mean Hakanpää's played great. He's a big body, but I mean Shattenkirk's a shrimp. You know what I mean? It's just
he's soft.
Yeah.
Dude, your lady watching Friends?
Yeah.
No shit.
Pivot.
Seven.
I've never seen an episode of that show ever.
My
No,
lady,
me
dude,
neither.
Lori loves Friends, bro.
Dude, I love his. I literally I downloaded Peacock, that app, just so I could watch Friends on repeat.
Who's
Dude,
cock?
I
Who's cock?
Yours.
Oh,
I can't get Peacock on my Fire Stick, dude. I'm so bummed because now I can't watch The Office.
You gotta watch Yellowstone, dude.
I heard that it's really good.
It's a hell of a show.
Did my dad told me about Snowfall, dude, and he said that
Oh,
show
yeah.
is
I haven't
fucking
seen
awesome.
that.
Heard it's awesome. Tanner, my dude, thank you for joining us.
Hermano.
Talking Ducks hockey with us. I will hit you up shortly.
Yeah, I'll be on pubs later, boys.
peace out, homeboy.
Later.
Oh,
Love that guy.
Love him too. That's so nice of him to
Watches
join
all
us.
the time for like fucking 20 minutes. Never came on the show. My
Yep.
fucking cousin.
Dare I say, our friendship has grown.
Mhm.
Me and him were like in chat all the time now.
Yeah, just
Looking
looking
for
for
games.
games.
We're trolling for games.
Well, that's what happens when you sign up for the league. He did the same. He signed up late. Gave me some shit because I didn't bid on him, but you know,
It happens, dude.
It
I
happens.
gave Zach some shit for not bidding on me the first time. He was but I didn't even care to play last year. So
A couple things to bang out.
oh yes.
Patrick Kane hits the 1,000th game mark. Congratulations to him.
It's
Yeah.
Will probably go down as one of the
Oh,
greatest U.S.
American.
forwards, other
Yep.
than Mike Modano.
Hall of Fame.
Also, Keith Yandel hit his 1,000 game mark. Who would have thunk it?
Congratulations, G. Your favorite player.
Tom Wilson
yes,
got,
dirty son of a bee.
got fucking suspended, dude.
7 games, right?
He got
Yeah,
suspended
7
with a
games.
capital S, my guys.
Yeah, he got suspended. Like I don't think I've seen the hit, but
So, okay. The thing I did want to mention, since I wanted to mention on this is because I did see a take from one of the very well-known hockey analysts. I think it was
Don Cherry.
Wyshevsky.
No.
Greg, is it Wyshevsky? I don't remember how to say his last name. Greg
Mike Wazowski?
Krzyzewski?
Yeah, something like that. He mentioned, so obviously in the NHL, when you are up for any type of disciplinary hearing, your history is out there and also taken into consideration.
As it should be.
Yes, but apparently Tom Wilson hasn't been suspended for a hit in over 2 years or anything. It's been over 2 years, which in the NHL's policy book considers him not a repeat offender. I guess if you go longer than a year or something like that without a disciplinary hearing, it doesn't count as a repeat offender. I don't know why they do that, but anyways, he said, looking at the hit without it being Tom Wilson, is the hit dangerous? 100%. But if you look at it in terms of the rule book, what he was trying to say was that usually when there's a suspension, there is the head is the main point of contact, or it was like a major
Major penalty?
boarding call. Yeah, major boarding call. But it was neither. The head was not the point of contact, and it was not. It didn't violate any technical rules in the book.
Did he hit him into the boards?
But
I didn't see the
he
hit.
did. It was into the boards.
I'll send you a link.
It
for
was
right
not
now.
even called as a penalty because it was not boarding, and they didn't see. They didn't rule it as him doing a dangerous play or whatever it was. So the problem is, what he was saying. The problem isn't that it's not a dangerous hit, because it was. It was 100% a dangerous hit. But the problem is, according to the rule book, he did nothing wrong. So if you suspend against that, how do you do so? Like, if it doesn't technically break a rule, how do you suspend against it? And then he got 7 games on top of it.
Oh, I get why. Yeah, I mean, the main point of contact was it's like right under the
like
pit.
Yeah, it was here. It was a dangerous hit, 100%. But at the same time, if you're going to suspend against it, you may need to look at it as far as rewriting the rule book if you're going to suspend somebody, because technically he didn't violate any rules.
I can't for Fox Pixar Media. I can't see the clip. Sorry, if you can post.
It doesn't matter. Fox.
Oh,
Pixar
I sent you a link.
It's a bot.
Yeah, it's a bot, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, they've been
let me see
posting
this hit.
since 10/17 or 10/15.
Oh my God!
Look at it in slow motion, Chupapi.
Yeah, it's a dangerous hit. That's the thing he was trying to say. He wasn't trying to say that it wasn't warranted, but when you are suspending, it's always throwing the rule book at you.
And it doesn't look like he was called for a penalty.
I will comment right now.
Okay.
It doesn't look like he was called for a penalty either. Just keep that in mind too.
He was not called for a penalty. It was not called boarding, which maybe it was boarding. He was not called for boarding.
This
he was
hard, man.
He did not get a penalty for it, but he got 7 games of the suspension.
Was Carlo hurt?
I'm not saying I agree or disagree. Carlo did get hurt, I believe. Animated Darkwing Duck film.
Dude, all right.
This close, right? It's close. Right. It's really hard to say.
No, it's not. It's not hard to say at all. Tom Wilson went into that hit knowing that it was a dangerous hit.
Yeah.
He knew it was a dangerous hit. You want to know how he knows it was a dangerous hit? Because he's been suspended so many fucking times. That's why, one, he didn't appeal it. He didn't appeal it.
He did not appeal it.
He forewent his visit, his in-person meeting.
I'm watching it again. And
I'm just asking your thoughts. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm just saying it was put out there into the world on Twitter.
He's a piece of shit, dude. Tom Wilson is a piece of shit.
Aside from it being Tom Wilson, does it violate a rule?
Yeah.
How is it? Okay.
The only reason why it was the principal point of contact wasn't his head is because the dude's arm was in the way. If his arm had been down, that would have been Tom Wilson going into the guy's head straight into the fucking glass.
That's fair. That's fair. I just wanted to ask. I just saw it on Twitter and I was like, that's an interesting topic point.
There's an angle. I don't know. It just looks to me like he is trying to go shoulder to shoulder and like come around, but Carlo put his shoulder up.
He went into him.
Man, it's just in slow mo. It looks I think
in slow mo it looks even worse.
I mean, it's a bad hit.
It's a bad
hit. I just don't know if the intent. I think you're saying the intent is there, and I have a problem with that. I don't think the intent is there. Because I think I get what he was trying to do, but I don't know if the intent was there.
Hold on. Wyshysky was saying. What he was saying is barring it being Tom Wilson, is this actually, like you're saying, Dave, was the intent there? If it's not Tom Wilson, do you think there's intent? Do you think it violated a rule?
No matter who it is, I think it's a dirty hit because it's
a dirty hit.
It's a hit up high into the boards.
Okay. No, I just wanted your thoughts. Again, it was a tweet that I didn't say I agreed with what he was saying or not. It's just interesting. It's a topic point because technically he doesn't hit his head as the main point of contact, regardless if his arm was there or not. The rule doesn't say if your arm's there, it counts.
Fuck, man.
That's what he was trying to say.
Everything he does looks so dirty, and I get what you're saying. Like
now, had his back been turned to him, would that have been a dirty hit? It's the same concept, bro. Because he went high. He went high into the hit.
I guess I understand what you're saying.
Brandon Carlo was a tall dude. He's like the same height as Tom Wilson.
Yeah.
So
Tom Wilson went up. He went up into it.
So anyone gets suspended for this hit, regardless of if it's Tom Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
But you also feel that there is intent behind it. Like
honestly,
he's just a dirty fucking dude.
He is. I mean, he should have seen, or he should have known what was going to happen when he goes in for this hit like this.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Brandon Carlo.
No, it's fair.
Brandon Carlo was a vulnerable player.
Oh, he's
He was
vulnerable. Yeah,
he was
100%.
he was mixed up, tied up with somebody else. There's no way that he could have braced himself for that.
Yeah, he had no idea Wilson's coming in, hence his movement, hence
Yep, that's fair.
the fucking outcome. Yeah. What a 7 games, you think that's appropriate? I mean,
For his
less...
history, yes.
But Daniel made that point that it's been 2 years since his last offense for a hit.
He obviously hasn't learned his lesson.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, if that's what they're trying to do, that's fine. I'm just saying that technically they say, I mean, but 7 games is, I don't know. I mean, I guess he probably found it fair because he didn't appeal, like you said.
Yeah.
I mean, that also factors in. Again, this was just brought up as a discussion point because I saw the tweet talking about the different levels on, do you have to rewrite the rule book now? Because technically he didn't violate a rule. It had to do with it being dangerous and it being Tom Wilson.
Yep.
And let's not forget that the last time he was suspended, it was a 20-game suspension.
Yeah. It was. Yes, it was.
2018. So,
yeah. 20-gamer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is true.
Artemi Panarin returned to action.
Finally. He escaped.
He escaped Russia.
Murder.
He escaped Moscow.
The Russian government did not.
He escaped Aleks.
So this is something that's extremely exciting.
Yeah,
the NHL is expecting 100% to start on time in an 82-game season for 21-22.
Let's go, man.
It's
about time. We talked about it at length. Herd immunity mixed with people who are getting the vaccine, and then it's going to be great, man.
It is. It's awesome. Jordan Binnington signed a 6x6 with St. Louis. I hate Jordan Binnington. I hate his attitude.
I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either.
No, that was hilarious.
He's just an asshole, bro. Like,
give it to me. I don't understand why.
You don't remember when the Kings were playing the St. Louis Blues? Dude, Kyle Clifford was just skating on by Jordan Binnington, and what Jordan Binnington did? Fucking cross checks him or does whatever. I can't remember what he does. And then Kyle Clifford turns around and starts talking to him. And then what happens? Fucking, I can't remember who was on the Blues at the time that did this, but they just fucking jumped him.
No.
They just fucking jumped him. Get fuck out of here, you little bitch. Fucking crybaby. You get fucking.
Regardless of that.
6x6. All right. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this because I had to laugh with something that Oswald said.
What did he say?
And Zach may or may not have seen it in chat.
What did he say? What did he
about
say?
His contract. What are your thoughts on it?
John Gibson get something similar?
Jordan Binnington is a good goaltender. Do I think he's worth a 6x6? Probably not.
Is he more worth 6x6 than Jacob Markstrom?
No.
No.
Neither of them.
At 31 years old, you think Jacob Markstrom is a better?
No.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I retract my statement. I think that Jordan Binnington, I guess you can say, he's worth 6x6. He is a Stanley Cup champion. But I mean, that's just a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but they're throwing it around to goaltenders. And
as you should.
I'm not saying that's wrong. And I actually believe this is a fair deal for Binnington. I think that he's shown that, yes, he did have a down year last year, but even when he had his down stretch, his overall numbers were still decent. And he's had a good year. He's way younger than Jacob Markstrom. The only reason I bring up Jacob Markstrom is because
27. 27.
Yeah. Jacob Markstrom is 31 and got a 6x6 in the offseason. Somebody else told me that Jacob Markstrom was more worth a 6x6 than Binnington, which I wholeheartedly disagree with because Jacob Markstrom has not been a starter long enough, probably as many years as Jordan Binnington, had a really, really great year, a great year and a half, signed with a new team, and is 31 years old getting a 6x6, which we already talked about before the season started, being kind of high, but also decent for the team because they needed a stopgap, and he was one of the better goaltenders available in free agency. Yeah. But I still think Jordan Binnington far exceeds what Jacob Markstrom
He's younger.
far more. He's younger. He's
Yeah.
5. What was it? You said he's 27, right?
27. Yeah.
So he's 4 years younger than Markstrom.
31. Yeah.
And and it's still like $6 million. Yeah, it is a decent amount for a goalie, but at the same point, I mean, the contracts are going up.
And
He's won a Stanley
Bennington's
Cup.
cap hit
How many
is a little
Markstrom
lower
won?
too. So.
And Markstrom came out of nowhere at what, 29, maybe 29 and a half. He finally got a starting gig and was doing something.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's a good contract for
It really
Bennington.
is, especially for a Stanley Cup champion at that point.
And he's got good numbers. Yeah, at least it isn't Bobrovsky money. Exactly. I think it's a fair deal. You didn't overpay for your Stanley Cup winning goalie who's had pretty consistent numbers. He had a down year last year. Like, I know you took off
Oh,
your
good
headset,
God.
but
I forgot
he had a
Bob
down
got
year.
10.
Yeah. At his age, too. Like, he's older.
Laugh at RGM, bro. Laugh at him.
My God. Sorry, big.
RGM hates it, though.
Oh
He
my
hates that signing.
goodness. That's 1,
Not
2, 3, 4,
speaking-
5, 6 years.
Not speaking of Stanley Cup champions, Jack Eichel out for foreseeable future with upper body injury.
Well, we already heard Matt's thoughts. They think they're gonna shut him down.
Yeah, as they should. Jakeichel is your biggest trade piece.
And they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I feel like, he needs to be sat for the rest of the year. There's no until he's like completely healthy. There's no sense in playing him.
This seems
Biggest
like a bit
trade
of this seems like a bit of collusion. Nikita Kucherov unscheduled to return for playoffs. Who would have thunk it?
Well, they did say, to be honest with you, they did say originally that he would probably be fully healthy by the playoffs.
Of course.
Yeah, escape cap implications.
When cap doesn't matter, of course he's going to be available.
Be a
Attaboy,
smart
Tampa
owner.
Bay.
Love it. Be a smart
Attaboy.
fucking organization.
Anders Lee, Islanders captain, placed on long-term injured reserve with a lower body injury. Did any of you guys see it?
I didn't, but I saw it was on a block shot, right?
No, he
no. It was,
went down with somebody.
So,
I'm
sorry,
gonna look at it right now.
No, that was the wrong player. Somebody else fucking went on IR with by blocking a shot. I think that was was it Sherratt? Maybe it was Sherratt.
It's probably Sherratt. Yeah, fractured hand. So Anders Lee he fell awkwardly with somebody from the Devils, whoever they were playing. And it looked really weird and looked very innocent, but went down. Don't know exactly what happened because it looks innocent. Don't know exactly what could happen, but placed on long-term injured reserve. And we all could have seen this coming. This next little piece, we all could have seen this. Erik Karlsson
I'm ready for this.
Erik Karlsson says he did not sign with San Jose for rebuild. Need to find a way to be competitive. And Daniel walks away for it. He has to fart.
He's going to go. I want to wait for him to get back, but I'm pretty sure he's going to go and clip his toenails. We're going to hear it. We're all going to laugh, and we're going to move on. But,
poop real fast.
Dog, what did you expect? What did we say when Karlsson signed that big money
We Are
contract?
Los Angeles podcast, and we said this.
Yeah. Shout out to Wally and Robert, the homies.
He is not. Well, I mean,
he's not the guy you want, like, leading your defensive core in the West Coast.
No. Well, I mean, now speaking in terms of like what he said, right? About like what he said. San Jose, when they didn't win the cup in that cup finals,
okay,
they could have tried one more year. What was that? 3 years ago when they went to the cup finals against Pittsburgh.
2016.
That's when San Jose went to the cup finals.
Yeah, June.
5 years ago.
Yep.
5 years ago, they went to the cup finals.
Yep.
So,
sorry.
When they didn't win the next year, they should have went into rebuild.
Yeah.
They should have went into rebuild mode, but they didn't. San Jose. We're talking about San Jose.
Yeah. We waited for you to get back in here.
They should have went into real rebuild mode a while ago.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they
Yeah.
They're
No, I was
4
gonna
years
say
too late on their bullshit.
they're way too late. They didn't hit the Kings and Anaheim timing. I mean, Anaheim's a little bit just because they didn't blend it a little bit better, but Kings and Ducks are going to be relevant for the foreseeable future. The Sharks are fucked because they decided they were going to go in on Erik Karlsson,
Evander Kane,
whose
They let
contract
Joe
again might
Pavelski
be
go.
voided. Did you hear that came back up again? That they told creditors that they might void his contract.
Yeah. That's so
yeah.
fucked up.
They went on
It
all
is.
of these guys, and their window closed so quick.
Yeah.
And they're fucked. They have all these guys signed long term for big money, and
Why don't
they're
we-
not going to help their chances.
Let's go over these bad contracts. So someone brought it up.
Please.
Erik Karlsson leads the bunch at 11.5 for the next one. This including this year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah, you don't want any of that
He
smoke.
already didn't play defense. Then he came to a league where we've said from the beginning.
man.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Yeah.
My man's 30 years old, man, and he is getting hurt a lot. And at what I've learned,
he may not finish his contract if he doesn't get shipped out.
Nope. Who else do we got on here that's is just not living up? I don't know. Evander Kane at 7. I don't believe in that for the next, including this year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. He's 29.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's
I
not
mean, he
bad.
produces.
It's not bad, but who are you paying that money to? I don't know. It could be the bookies. We don't know. Brent Burns for the next 1, 2, 3,
$8 million for 5 years.
8 for 5.
That's a big one too.
Vlasic, 7 mil, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
is fine.
Vlasic is serviceable.
A very serviceable D-man because he's a defensive D-man that actually plays defense. Who would have thought? And he's been fine. His contract is one of the ones I'm less worried about.
Yeah, no. How old is Logan Couture?
Couture's 31.
And how much longer? How much
So
longer?
Couture has 8. He's 8 flat for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, man, that's a bad contract too.
Sorry, we're in 21, so it's this year. 1, 2, it's 6.
That's still bad. That's still bad.
bad.
Vlasic is 33 though. I mean, that's very true.
Vlasic is 33, but if you're a defensive defenseman and what he's done, he doesn't miss many games. He's very responsible defensively, and those guys last longer.
Good Lord, it's a mess.
I don't think he's ever had. I don't think he's ever had like much injury trouble to him that I can think of. But I said the same thing about Anaheim. I think the same thing about San Jose. Doug Wilson has to go. They need to get rid of that fucking GM because he just doesn't know what the fuck he is doing.
Nope. I don't think so.
Ben Sherratt could be out for season after surgery to repair fractured hand, blocking a shot. Hate to see it, man. That kind of puts a chink in Montreal's armor on the D side. So, I mean, they haven't been top tier, but they haven't been bad. I'm really glad to see Montreal.
They were top tier. They were top tier at the beginning of the season, kind of tapered out. But I did look. I want to make a comment on the Canadians real quick because I looked when we were talking about Austin Matthews at goals again. Did you know that Toffoli is tied second in goals with 17?
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought he had like 15 or 16 goals, but yeah,
I know he was going on a tear, and then he kind of. It wasn't that he tapered off, but it was kind of like silence for a little bit.
It was silent.
And now all of a sudden, he's up to tied for second with 17, only behind Austin Matthews.
Let me tell you something as a Kings fan. Still don't want him on the Kings.
No, I don't either.
No.
The thing is it doesn't always everybody always wants to point at that. They want to say oh, he's got 17 goals with Montreal. Why didn't we keep him?
I agree, Life. I thought that was a great signing for him. It
was a great spot for him to go.
Low risk, high reward.
It was a great spot for him to go. It was a great contract for them. For us, where we were at, it just didn't make sense. There was no reason for us to keep him as much
Right.
as a fan favorite or whatever you want to call him. We were in a rebuilding mode. He didn't fit. He always kind of was
And let's
off
be
and
honest,
on.
he wouldn't be at 17 goals
No,
on
he
this
wouldn't.
team.
No, 100% he
Hold
would.
on, I'm gonna clip my nails real fast. Okay, thanks, guys.
No problem. I got you.
Had to get that out of the way.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the Montreal Canadiens are they made some good offseason moves, but this is definitely something that's bad for them with Ben Sherratt going down, man. Because he was on their second pair, right?
I think so.
I think he was playing second pair minutes, and
I want to say you're all right.
he took a lot of really good defensive like roles, or not roles, but when he would play, he'd be up against some like top tier talent because he is a great defenseman and he provided offense from the blue line too.
Yeah.
So that's going to be big for them, man. Maybe expect to see Victor Mete step up.
Would be nice. For
Yeah.
him, huh?
The kid, he's only 22. You'd like to maybe give him some minutes on the third pairing.
Yeah.
See what's
Why
up.
not? What is there to say about the Kings?
There's a ton to say about the Kings.
I mean, we didn't record last week, so I figured this was going to be a long one anyway.
Yeah, I figured too.
We had some guests. We got to talk Kings, though.
We do.
We do.
I am fucking sick of seeing Mike Amadio out there, dude.
I wanted to open up, but I didn't want to be.
Life's favorite player, number 1C, Michael Amadio.
I have seen that man fumble the puck more than I've ever seen anybody fumble the puck. Doesn't make good decisions.
There he is.
Number
It's 1C, Michael Amadio.
I want to punch myself in the face. I have a group text with my brother and a family friend of ours, and they're the reason why I got into hockey, essentially. So we do like our own hockey talk in this group chat, and the first fucking text that we all send to each other when the puck drops, fuck Michael Amadio. Like, I hope he's not hearing this, but goddamn, you just don't belong.
No.
I don't understand it. I get Jad's hurt, so
roll somebody else out there.
Who would you roll out in place?
Fucking call me. Like shit.
You could skate?
What? Yeah, Leah Sanderson.
Anybody.
No,
I get it. I don't know if it's
Zach, he asked who we should roll out instead of Michael Amadio. I said, fucking call me. I don't care.
Fucking Rasmus Kupari, fucking Aleks Turcotte. Aleks Turcotte has actually been playing really well down in the AHL, man. He's been playing really well down there.
That whole line has.
Yeah, what is it? Byfield, Turcotte, and or is it Kupari? I think it's Kupari.
Branch, yeah. I'm with that.
Just throw him just wherever.
Anywhere, anybody. The fucking do a Snickers, like do a contest with Snickers, like who wants to be a hockey player for a season, and like you open the wrapper and that's your contract, basically. Put that guy in.
I will say this about Mike Amadio.
What do you got,
Mike Amadio is a fucking master at holding on to the puck, dude. That kid gets the puck back like crazy. Just he gets like bumped and the puck goes somewhere. Just less skaters in the three centers. He'll get bumped off the puck, but the kid just gets it back. I'll give him that.
Shit, that's so funny.
Yeah, play Kopitar 24 minutes. Who cares?
Yeah, man.
Dude cannot score to
30,
save his fucking life, dude.
Yeah, need finish.
Need finish.
Need finish, my guy.
Adrian Kempe went on quite a tear.
You'd love to see it.
Love to see it. Aleks is going to get his nipples pierced.
Oh,
but
yes,
yes,
that he so much denies.
Okay, so I want to tell you guys something here. I've been looking on the internet on how to get a license on how to pierce people, because I want to do it. I want to be the one to do it, and we don't have to go anywhere. We could do it at his place. We could do it on the internet. And we can do all the COVID stuff, whatever. But I'll pierce his nipples. I want to do it.
Love it.
I think I'd be down to get my nipple pierced just for the meme, dude. Just
you don't want to do it. I did it. It's not anything.
Oh, that's right. You did pierce your nipples.
This was like in high school, though. This was in high school. This is
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's a high
chick
school
did it.
thing to do for sure.
Yeah, it was stupid, but
With a paper clip or
it was an ice cube and a paper clip. Yeah,
Or
it was
safety
awful.
pin.
that's about right. Yeah.
Or a safety pin, excuse me.
I followed him play the first game against Colorado.
He wasn't out there. He
No, he
left in
wasn't.
warm-ups.
Yeah. I think
I'm
it was
not
an
entirely
injury.
Oh,
Yeah.
flu-like symptoms.
Yeah,
That's
I
what it
think
was.
that-
that
like
yeah,
something.
something's going around. In
They
the
said it
locker
wasn't
room, apparently.
COVID, but yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't COVID, but he had flu-like symptoms, so they just kept
Probably
him
like
away
a
from the
stomach
team.
flu.
We were
Stomach
talking
bug or
about
something.
earlier about the Buffalo Sabres, and we never really got into, or at least I don't remember if we did or not.
So this is a conversation we were having with our dudes over at the Los Angeles Hockey Club
Okay.
Yeah.
about the Darlene trade. Is that what you're going to get into?
Well, no, I was more talking Jakaikel, and I don't know if we got into that the last time we talked about what you guys would give up presently.
Oh yeah.
Considering now, like with the injury that he has now, I mean, does the offer go less if you want to go after?
No.
I don't think it
Jakaikel?
does. I don't think it
So,
does. You can't
Robert
sell short.
Genta over Robert Genta over at
Robert.
over at the Los Angeles Hockey
Love
Club.
that guy.
He brought up an interesting point, man. He was discussing this with somebody else on our Facebook page, and he swayed me. He said, "Look, man, like
Okay.
when the Kings were doing bad, we all said that Kopitar was a terrible leader. That we can't believe that he has captain and stuff like that. So when a good player is on a good team, everybody says that, oh, he's a great locker room presence. He's this, he's that, whatever, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But when a good player is on a bad team, you start questioning his character and stuff like that.
Right.
What if that's what people are doing with Eichel? And I was like, you know what, man? Fuck. You could be
That's
Fair
a
enough.
fair point. I
We
didn't
were
get to
doing that shit too,
That's a
man.
very fair point, except for me because I absolutely love Kopitar. So
I mean, I don't blame you. But I mean,
Yeah.
people were questioning
yes.
his,
Oh yeah. No, for sure. It was out there.
his
They were
leadership
questioning.
skills, whatever,
He
blah,
was
blah,
able
blah.
to do it.
This
Yeah.
is fair.
Now, if Buffalo came knocking and they said, hey, man, you guys have quite a nice plethora of prospects that we would like for Jakaikel. Me, if I was Rob Blake, I would offer them one of Turcotte, Velarde, Kupari, one of those three, and then I'd offer him like a second tier person in Akil Thomas, Aiden Dudas, someone like that, and then I would at least give up like at least 2 firsts in the next 2 drafts.
Just for Jakaikel.
Yep.
He's a franchise centerman, man.
He is. The only thing people question is exactly what Zach just said. Is he a leader? And it's hard to sit there and say that because he was young. He was the leader since he was young.
Yeah.
And all you hear are the rumors and the chatter. You don't hear realistically, have we heard anybody come out and say Jakaikel is a terrible leader? Like any of his teammates
No,
say he's a
absolutely
terrible guy, a terrible person to be around, a terrible teammate. No, it's just
We just blame
Chop.
all of their
because he's their guy.
bad shit. Yeah. I like that. I was thinking the same thing. That deal's nice. Turcotte. Yeah, there we go.
Turcotte, Thomas, Dursey.
I'll
or
give
Clegg
him
in the second
Dursey
rounder.
and it's Dursey and a first rounder because I like Clegg.
I love Clegg.
Yeah.
He just hasn't gotten a fair shake.
No,
Dude,
I don't think so either, dude. I really do not
he's
think
so
so.
fucking good, dude. He's so good.
It's a fair deal. Yeah, no, I agree. I
Positionally
mean, it's the
sound, I
same-
would say.
It's the same thing. Like I was when we talked about this before about trading for Jakaikel, I was of the opinion that it wasn't a bad deal for us. What to offer was another thing, but I think that deal right there is pretty fair. Or what Dave said, if you if you make it Dursey and a first rounder with Turcotte and Thomas,
I'm not mad at that.
that's yeah,
That's not a bad
you can't
deal.
be mad at that at all.
That's if you
can throw him on
value
the wing, you
Turcotte.
can-
That's if
Yeah,
you value
throw
Turcotte like
McDermott
that,
in.
yeah.
McDermott needs to not be playing, man. Him or Mata. Just
But he scored the other night.
He's fucking a month ago in
Jazz
Minnesota.
hands.
Jazz hands. Dude, both of them need to just not be playing at all.
Yeah, that's
man. Both of them are
100%.
just terrible.
Yeah,
Mikey
no,
Anderson has been such a pleasant surprise up there with Dewey, man. He looks so fucking good out there.
Makes it look easy.
Yeah, dude,
Make
like
it look
you don't
easy out
notice
there.
him at all.
Yep.
The times that you do notice him, it's because he's like fucking jumping in on the rush or fucking. But dude, like defensively, he doesn't make many mistakes. I'm 100% happy with
Your
Mike
boy's happy
Anderson.
with him too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think so too.
Can't wait for Jad to come back
Oh, soon.
soon.
When is
Do you-
Life gonna come on for a fucking Kings talk?
Kings talk, dude.
Chupapi, when is Jad coming back? Do you know what the deal is?
Chupapi? Yeah, we need to know. Life, let us know. Also need Life to join the Facebook page, man. The Los Angeles Hockey
100%.
Club.
It's true.
100%.
I can't wait for Jad to come back too. I mean,
Yeah.
we're at this point right now where we're competitive with the roster that we have, but we need to figure out a way to bring these younger kids in. We want them to season in the AHL, right? We want them to. You want Turcotte, you want Byfield, you want them, Kaliev.
Well, you need to do what we talked about. You need to figure out who you want to keep and who you want to turn into assets.
Now, the
You can't
counter
keep-
argument to this is, well, you want Mike Amadio because you want another right-handed face-off man. That's what Jeff Carter is for.
Yeah.
No, but
this jersey for?
Soon.
Eventually.
But the thing is it's like you get you have to figure out what we talked about last time. Not everybody that you draft, that you season and everything is going to make the lineup. And that doesn't mean that their talent isn't there. It's that there's only so many positions, so many players that can actually play throughout the season. So you need to figure out who you want to keep, what their role is, and then you need to turn some of those top end talent prospects into at this point, I don't say picks. We're at
Roster
a point
players.
now where we need to turn it into roster players. We need to get guys that are going to contribute to the lineup as early as next season.
ASAP.
Now, does Akil Thomas fit into the plans? Ooh.
In a sense, yeah. If you're throwing him into a deal,
Lazard hasn't buried as much as I want him to bury.
definitely a need finish.
But dude has looked fucking great out there. How fast he looks. He's very elusive with the puck. Like it's hard to pin him down in the zone. He looks fucking awesome out there, dude. I love Lazat. I think he is a great fourth line center.
Oh yeah,
great fourth line center.
It's the I know Robert Genta would appreciate this. He's your modern day fourth liner, like modern day fourth line center, banging bodies. He's
Lazat, Grunstrom, and Moore fucking cooks, bro.
Yeah,
they
man.
cook.
Me likey.
That's a great fourth line.
Well,
I think, in my opinion.
That's what you want, man. They got speed. They fucking handle the puck nicely. It's what you want.
It is what you want.
I want you.
True.
I know.
What?
It's true.
What? I don't know if I have anything else I want to cover with the Kings.
I don't think so.
Kopitar looking great. Dustin Brown fucking finding the fountain of youth. Ad nauseum. We've already talked about it. Fucking Babe Velarde. That pass that he made fucking through Torrey Krug's legs.
Babe Velarde.
You heard it on the intro.
Fucking just
Babe Velarde.
Kid is going to be a monster.
Last week, but we didn't record last week, so I kept it.
Ooh, there we go. Anthony Ciu has been fucking impressive. Dude, that move that he made on Colorado the other night, where he was just coming up the middle with speed, and then he went straight at the defender and then split the two defenders.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been perfect if he would have finished. But, bro,
I saw
his
that move.
hands are immaculate. Need him to stay in LA.
He, not to sound like a nerd here, this season he started with, I think it was CCM gloves and CCM skates, and switched over to True. I think a lot of people on the West Coast are switching over to True. And he made that nice ass move with those True skates and those True gloves. So
we're not sponsored by True.
No, but I love their shit.
Yeah, they make nice stuff.
Yes,
there you go.
Dude, I want Anthony Ciu to stick around. I know people are Stephen Ferriccioli famously said that he was just a taxi squad signing. Nah, bro. Wow, we signed him to play in our top six, and he doesn't look out of place, especially with Velarde. He's great with Velarde.
Hey, you know what's funny? folks were saying, and I think that's where Steven kind of got the idea. Athanasio played on a bad Red Wings team and scored like 31 goals last year, I think.
No, 2 seasons ago.
Or two seasons ago.
Last
Excuse
season
me.
he was with Edmonton.
That's
He's
right.
on a bad
Excuse me.
Edmonton team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he puts up numbers, and it's kind of refreshing. He's on a fringe playoff team, and he's doing quite well. So it's very nice
But
to
I
see.
think it's the structure and the vision that the organization has that he's been able to buy into, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Like Edmonton, who knows what the fuck their vision is? Because what the fuck are they even doing? Detroit is going to be bad for a long fucking time. Nobody knows what the fuck
very
they're
long
doing.
time, yeah.
LA has a plan that is totally visible to everybody outside of LA. Everybody
it's easy
knows.
to buy into it. It's really
Yeah.
easy to buy into it.
You
if you're a
see
guy
the
that's gonna get into
talent
it.
that LA has built or has accrued, and you're like, fuck yeah, man, I want to stick around this. I'm going to get good with this team. And Athanasio, dude, that goal that he had against the Ducks was fucking nutty, bro. Where he deked from the boards into, just went back and slallomed. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he fucking left Kevin Shattenkirk's jockstrap on the fucking ice, bro. Just left it on the ice. Kevin Shattenkirk and his bald head just looked and said, "Who? What?"
Why?
Dude, it was.
He got dunked on.
He did. He got fucking mad dunked on, dude.
He got dunked on in 4K.
He got dunked on in 4K, dude. Anthony, see you. Yes, I recall.
Tanner, I recall.
That was, dude. I remember I was watching it with Amelia, and I went, "Oh my god!" And she was like, "What?" I was like, "Look at this," and even she went, "Oh man." No idea. No idea what she's looking at, but went, "Oh man."
Gotta love it.
That's great.
So, does anybody else have anything else to bring up about the Kings?
No, I think that's it, man.
I don't think so.
You know what time it is then?
It is.
It is that time.
It is that time.
With that being said,
No.
I'm just playing. I'll start her out. Oh shit! I gotta get it out of my trash.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I got you. How many Tom Wilson game suspensions?
All right. I personally prefer the moan scale. I prefer the moan scale.
You
But
like
we'll
the
do
moan
to-
scale?
Oh yeah, dude, it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
I got one thing. All right, Tanner's typing.
Can't,
This is
I
gonna
can't
take
do the
another.
moon skill right now.
Hey, me. Peterson, the 2 games against Colorado. Dude, Peterson played lights out. Dude, I don't know if you guys noticed this after the first game against Colorado, he looked fucking pissed. Like Dustin Brown went to tap him on the chest and he just went,
He didn't want none of it.
yep, he didn't want no
he
smoke.
really-
He didn't
yeah.
want none of it.
He wanted to get off. I get it. But on the moan scale, I guess.
That's fine, Tanner. You are you're entitled to a wrong opinion at least once in your life, so
And you just always have to accept we have 2 cups, and you just have 1.
so go for it, Dave. What'd you drink?
So I had a few. I had the almanac, which was fantastic. But I had another one from Pariah. I did one that was called Pine. This one is called Colors.
Yeah, I had that one last night.
It's really good. I don't know if it's a shout out to Between the Buried and Me, their album Colors. I don't know if that's a thing. But I give it on the moan scale. I guess it would be. It's like a 8.5.
Like you'd buy that again?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it again. I liked it a lot.
This week, I actually had bought this 2 weeks ago, but I've been waiting for a time. I've been waiting for a time to drink this. This week I had the Alagash Curio, an ale aged in oak bourbon barrels, 10.4%. I'm gonna give it. I mean,
leaves much to be desired.
Yeah, man. Like I'm not a huge like. I need a flagon of ale. Like I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Like,
I understand what that means.
Give me a fucking wild ale brewed in fucking oak barrels, okay? Like, or I need a fucking saison. It tastes honestly, bro. Like when I took a drink of it, like I thought I was drinking Bud Light for a second, dude.
You're like, why did I pay $20 for this?
Yeah, I was like, this.
I feel that.
I was like, what the fuck is this.
I hate saying it, but like I've done that before on the like under the guise that I'm like some beer like guy. Like, but I love it obviously, but I spent like $25 on something that I got it. I won't say where I got it, but I was like, oh,
I will
this
never.
is offensive.
I
This
will
isn't
never
good.
spend $20 again on Curio. I will spend $25 on a Bottle Logic bottle because those are
Yeah.
fucking good.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna let you know right now, Allagash Curio, you guys completely fucking let me down. That was
Like
I
a
would-
monkish
Big yikes.
the
I wouldn't
monkish
do that again.
saison that they just released. Mario, the scientist, said it was fucking delicious. I trust guys like him.
Hmm.
I'm not a Saison fan, so I don't really give a shit. I need a fucking European wild farm ale, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm so tired of fucking IPAs.
Danielle, what do you have, buddy?
So I had my buddy over at Great Notion. DDH Plump Double Dry Hopped
Gotta love
IPA from my favorite brewery, our favorite brewery.
I think it's the consensus brewery
it
of
is.
the In the Neutral Zone podcast.
Our favorite brewery, Great Notion, up in Portland, Oregon. This is one
Now,
of their
before you
new
go on, I will preface this. I love Grey Notion. It's one of
Yep.
my favorite breweries, but
Yep.
still hands down in the same breath as Modern Times. Modern Times
Oh,
will
yeah,
always be
yeah,
one of my
yeah.
favorite.
I will say though, for me personally, because my bachelor party was in Portland and we went to Great Notion, that always is going to hold a special place for in my heart. So
Oh yeah,
this would be a good place.
Mhm. Yeah, so this is just their double dry hopped IPA that found its way to Michael's Liquor, which is where I shop. He got in 3. I think they ended up shipping to Southern California, and I think there was like 6 total that ended up being available around us. He only got 3 of them, 1 case apiece.
Jeez.
But I was able to snag 1 of each of the available. But the DDH Plump was the one that I wanted to shout out because I've already had the Mandala that came earlier last year. And also Luminous I had on the podcast before because my wife ordered it special from Portland. So this DDH Plump is a new one for me. Pretty much like we talked about, all the stuff they kick out is absolutely awesome. And the thing is what people say is it's like it has to do with the water they use in the brew.
Yep.
That's why they say Oregon beer is just really good.
Yeah, if you've never been to Portland and you haven't drank like Portland beers, you'll understand when you go there and drink them. Their water is just different, man.
Yeah.
All of the beers are just fucking fresh up there, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was awesome as always.
I had 2 of those this weekend.
Yes, so did I. This was my second.
I had 2 of the Recalibrate.
Oh, I didn't get the Recalibrate was the one of the ones I did not get to.
It's the one with the
Luminous
terpenes in it.
Mandala, yeah, Luminous Mandala and the DDH Plump.
I had the Luminous too. What do you think of the Luminous?
I really liked it. I like it.
It's very
a sour
tart.
IPA. Yeah,
It's
a
very tart.
IPA, but the flavor is great. I think it's like dragon fruit and something.
It wasn't
else.
bad. It wasn't
So
bad.
Danielle, what is the DDH Plump rate on the Moan scale? The very own Daniel Moan scale.
That's a 10.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. No, it's like a 9.
Oh, I give it a 10, bro. It was fucking awesome. It was, dude. It was probably one of the smoothest double dry hopped beers I've ever had in my life, dude.
That was a loud moan that I was trying to keep also refined because my wife is trying to sleep.
That's a wrong hole moan.
Wrong hole. Like that thing I posted in memes last night.
That's literally a moan that I'm trying to not get a text that says, "What the fuck was that?"
That's what he tell you why Zach told me to show him my butthole.
You guys are stupid. All right, let's do this, man.
Let's
It's
do
getting
it.
late.
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit! I didn't realize what time it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time
Fucking daylight savings time is fucking everything up.
where you follow these shits down here. Make sure to give us a like and follow on there. You can also find us on the NZHL Media Show, which we will be recording this Sunday or upcoming, depends on
Sunday.
when.
Oh, yeah.
You can
we
also
gotta
find
do a midweek one because we didn't do it last Sunday.
nope. You can also find me and Dave on the Zach and Dave Make a podcast show.
Whenever we decide to record.
Yep, whenever we decide, when we find a guest, which we may have when Daniel talks about it. You can also find me and Dave on the Dungeons and Dragons or Dungeons and Dummies podcast with Aleks. It's a fucking great time. Even if you don't know Dungeons and Dragons, just come and watch for the sheer stupidity.
Turk did it.
Turk did watch.
He said he had a fun time.
Yeah,
it's a silly time. It's the premise. If you haven't seen it yet, it's 4 dudes who have played.
No, 4 dudes who have never.
Wait,
Never
who hasn't played?
You haven't played. I haven't played. Chubb hasn't played. Joe hasn't played.
Oh, so it's 4. It's 6.
So the premise is this: we have a dungeon master who has played for years upon years.
He's a veteran.
A veteran dungeon master. You have Aleks, who is a veteran at the game too. He has played for years upon years. And then you have 4 guys who have never played Dungeons and Dragons in their life. We drink
with alcohol.
We show up with alcohol and we play, and it's a fucking awesome time. It's literally just laughs and good storytelling. So you can find us on that too, Dungeons and Dummies. We are every other Sunday right now. So not this upcoming Sunday, but the following Sunday you can follow us on that. Anything else you guys can think of?
Nope.
We're Los Angeles Podcast or We're Los Angeles Hockey Club. You can find me and Dave on that whenever we decide to record on that too. So you know what they say, boys. With that being said,
bye.
Good night.